Have you ever heard this? If you have, listen.
What up, man?
Check,
What do we
check,
say?
check.
There's 61 today.
We're at 61, number
Yeah.
61 of the
Pod
cast.
number 61. Holy shit.
61. That's a
Unbelievable.
prime number. I'm saying that, and
Yeah.
it is for sure a prime number. I don't even have to look that
Congrats.
up. That's a prime number. We are in our prime here, aren't we, Kai?
We are truly, we're taking off, man. I told you
I have
before the
not yet
cast.
begun to defile myself.
I'm hopped up on Benadryl right now. I'm getting over a cold, so you guys are gonna do the heavy lifting today.
Love
so
it.
It's gonna be fun.
Such going to be such a problem for me.
Hopped up on your Ramondre.
There you go.
For anyone
Free
who's looking.
promo.
Yeah, free promo.
Your madre.
Sponsored them.
Vic, we got from 512 Studios
Yes,
up
sir.
in the hizzy.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having
Vaci?
me. Vic Vace.
Base. I
Which
was
is-
like, I didn't know if you.
You're on
pronounced
the you're on the right track.
Yeah.
It's derived.
That's a good thing to like get people on the school,
Yeah.
put them on game on it. It's Vic Vace.
It's Vic
Vic
Vace,
Vace.
and
Vace.
it does come from the term Vivace.
Okay,
which
that's,
is
see,
a
that's what.
yeah.
When you look at it and you're
You're
like,
not
hey.
wrong. You're not wrong. I just didn't think people were going to make that connection. So I just went ahead and just said, let's just call it Vace. But if you look it up, I don't know if y'all do any graphics or anything, but the term Vivace is Vivace. So Vic Vace is the same, just
Yeah.
with the C in the middle. Vice.
It's not Italian.
It might be
Maybe it
not
is
Vic
Italian.
Vace, but
Italian adjacent.
something.
You know?
It's
If
a,
it ends in a vowel,
it's a music term, and it basically is a generic term for moving forward in a brisk direction. So to me, that kind of connected. My name's Vic. I always want to move forward in a brisk direction. It's lively, another way to describe it. So to me, I was going to be Vic Vace. I didn't think people were going to be smart enough like you to connect with that. So then I went with Vic Vace. And then I was like, you know what, Vace, I like Prince.
Yeah.
I like, Drake is cool, Madonna, more of like an entity than a person. So I was like, let's just go with the one name.
Yeah, there's like a little alliteration there. It's
Yeah.
one syllable.
Totally.
Like,
So I
rolls
was
off
like,
the tongue.
yeah. So I was like, artist name, Vace, producer name, studio guy, Vic Vace. So if any of my clients are like, what do I put down for production, Vic Vace.
Yeah.
If I feature as Vace or if I drop anything, it's Vace.
yeah. And so I think you have a unique perspective because you're a producer who is also an artist, like a Kanye. Like
Totally.
Yeah.
somebody who, like, as we'll probably play in a little bit, like some of your stuff,
Sure.
is making dope shit. But also,
Appreciate it.
you're gonna. We talk about hats and putting different hats on. It's like there are two different hats you're wearing there in that situation.
Totally.
But I'm sure does that help you in terms of your producing and like what you bring and what do you
Yeah.
like how you look at things like.
Definitely.
With the artists?
Yeah, totally. With my artist, I feel like a lot of them have commended me in the way I work in the studio because I have been in their shoes, whether it's in the booth, waiting for a producer engineer to kind of cook up whatever they do, any of that. So I'm very aware of what the situation is on the other side.
Yeah.
Specifically, a great example is like running vocals. I know certain engineers, they'll give you 2 or 3 takes, and they're like, cool, sounds good, come on in.
Yeah.
If that were me, I'm like, dude, I got 90 more takes before I'm even warmed up. And I have a very specific ear, and I know where my lane, where I want to be vocally. So when I'm working with artists, I feel like I even tell them up front, especially for the new ones that feel a little, I could tell they're a little nervous. They got that red light syndrome. They sound good. In the control room, we get them in the booth, and they're like, all nervous. I'm like, hey, man, you are not going to bug me. We could do 1,000 of these. You know, I got all the time in the world. Let's just focus on getting it right. Please feel comfortable. Sometimes I'll even kind of shit the bed on purpose to get them comfortable.
Yeah.
I'll like
Okay.
I'll sing something that they're trying to do, and I'll like purposely kind of like, and then you can see them light up. They're like, oh, this guy's trash.
Yeah.
I can sing better than this. Watch this, and then it kind of gets the confidence going and stuff like that. So that's
Yeah.
like one example.
Yeah,
One example.
it is. There is something to that. Like even like that's why this studio. I mean, the red light's on right now. It's like there is a. It's almost like my boy Hank Gowdy, who I hope we get one day. We were talking about walking through a doorway and how there's a change in like perception in terms of just psychologically speaking.
100%.
You know what I mean? And it's like the same thing with that red light. It's like something clicks, something
Yeah.
changes.
Well,
Now it's hot.
Yeah, and something I'd say is in the studio, you're under a microscope. Even right now, we can hear our voice the clearest we've ever heard it. And we get a lot of, we're in the live music capital of the world. We get a bunch of people who come in from the studio or from the stage into the studio, and the way they work has to be shifted. And I got to remind them, hey, in a live setting, the mess ups, the mistakes, they come and go. You're on 6th Street, you're strumming a song, your voice cracks, you miss a note, it's here and then it's gone. Unless you record the set, then no one's ever gonna know. In the studio, it's cemented in stone. And so it's like, hey, let's just take our time. If we got to do 100 takes, like some people I feel like almost get flustered that they're on take 10, take 11.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, let's just take a deep breath. Let's go outside, get some fresh air. Let's remind ourselves we are going to put this out in the world.
Yeah.
We want it to be as perfect as possible, but also like sometimes perfection isn't, that's a whole different story, but perfect doesn't mean great. But for the most part, we want it to be as quality as possible. So.
Well, and it's, it can be difficult too, because depending on the artist, budgetary things, I'm trying to nail this take because I only have so much studio time right now
100%.
that I can even be in here to do this. So the pressure's on you. Unless
Definitely.
you have unlimited, like an open checkbook, which let's be honest, most people don't.
No, man.
And so, that's something and we've talked about that with this, producing this, and obviously it's not a free endeavor.
Yeah.
And it's like, so like to be trying to do a thing where, I mean, in the context too of like, okay, if you nail it, like I heard Animals, House of the Rising Sun, first take song.
No shit.
Recording.
I didn't even know that.
I check that because I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. But it's like to be so locked in that like when you can come in, you just nail it. And you might
that's
have one bad take, but you shouldn't need more than a few takes at most.
Well, that was a different
right?
era too. That was back when tape was there, or like
Single take lasting only 15 minutes. So that song has been played millions and millions and millions of times,
crazy.
and they got it.
Funny story
nailed it
about
in
that
15
song.
minutes.
They don't know. They didn't write it, and
No?
and no one knows who. It was like almost like an old not like a hymn, obviously, but songs that just get passed down and passed down. They were the ones,
Probably a black dude.
Like an oral
probably
history
somewhere.
story.
Probably not
Straight
every soul. Bro.
It's proven in history, so I wouldn't doubt
Dog.
it. But they were just the first ones to come out. But I'm pretty sure they even came out and said, no, we didn't write it. They didn't know. They just heard it, kind of made it, and then one of the greatest songs ever.
Bro, I mean, it's
Love that song.
Have you ever had a moment in the studio where you felt like you were watching like somebody capture like lightning in a bottle?
Oh man, a couple times, and I don't want to brag, but I feel like myself, I've had a couple of those moments where I don't get off the train because I'm like, oh shit. My song Flames Brown, which is the most recent release I've had, which was fucking 6 years ago, which is nuts. I made it in like 14 hours. And I just remember I was just so locked in. I was dog shit tired. I think I'd run a session and I decided to stay and maybe kind of cook. And I was just like, oh, this is coming way too easy. This is like really, really good. Not saying it's the greatest song ever, and I have some really cool shit that's going to surpass that. But there are definitely moments. And then shout out my people, Spice and Roy, Uncle Roy.
Oh, yeah.
They've been in the studio, and vocally, they are just like on another level, and the way they work. And I don't even think any of our sessions they would say like was their most greatest, appearance in the studio or whatever, but they hit me up, do some stuff. They're just locked in, and Roy is like vocally, you hear Roy. Shout out them. They're at C-Boys on Wednesdays, I think.
Yep.
We've had them on there.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
You've had them
awesome.
on?
We had
Oh,
them
dude,
back
those are my
super
people.
nice.
Those are
Yeah.
my people.
Like August.
You hear them lock in their harmonies and stuff, and I can't help but get goosebumps.
Bro.
And whenever them or people like that lock in, to answer your question, sometimes I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm lucky as fuck. I have this job and I have this studio. I'm like, I get to work with world class. Those people are world class. A lot of people we're connected with, people y'all have had on the show. I would put them up against anyone in the world. Seriously.
Is that the pro? I'm gonna airdrop you
airdrop
something.
something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's the pro.
I got something
You
here.
got it. This is Uncle Roy and Spice, and we are Chorus.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Have you seen them? Or
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah,
caught
yeah,
that?
totally.
their
Me and
thing?
Spice, funny story. Me and Spice did KXAN's latest commercial. It was a Super Bowl drop. They released it on the Super Bowl, the Tap That App. So I don't know if anyone watched Space Cable, but I did that Tap That App, everything you need. That's a fact. And I called Spice in and she
You
did it
know,
with me.
it's interesting too because I saw them once this fucking. What happened to
it's
this?
like-
I thought
Air
it's
travel.
technology, bro.
We're Bieber on
Quarter of the
Coachella
way.
right now. We're like
Come on.
Wi-Fi. Fucking Wi-Fi.
I said something to a similar effect with them in this thing because I was like they like hit a nerve is what I called it, but I think it's kind of the same
Strike
idea.
a chord.
Yeah,
if you
struck
will.
a chord. Yeah.
Here, try resending it real quick. I'm gonna try saving it to downloads.
Was that at Radio East? I can kind of see a little bit. Or East End Ballroom.
Maybe go that way. No, it's just taking forever.
What you could do too, if this has screen sharing, you might be able to swipe down and screen share directly onto it. I don't know if that's an option for y'all.
We'll see it on there, but it won't show up on the
On the pod.
yeah
Where-
on the recording.
It'll get there.
Yeah, well, it'll
can put a
keep
pin
chugging
in it.
along.
Yeah.
We'll let it go.
It'll. Yeah. So much for lightnings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We live in the future.
Yeah.
In the
This is-
future.
yeah, like I said, this is like Bieber on Coachella. He was like fucking Wi-Fi. He's trying to
Dude, he
load
was
it.
on his laptop,
Yeah.
bro.
He was. Like,
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
thought it was
dude.
cool. To be honest, like it's
Yeah?
not. I think most Austinite people who are players, like badass players, bands. A lot of my people I know, they're like fuck tracks, all that kind of stuff. It was just like we're seeing this more personal wave of creativity. I feel like, and because of TikTok and Instagram and stuff.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it. You and I are these people who want just this grade A, polished, super quality production.
Well, it's the old school mentality.
Totally,
dude.
totally.
It's like you show up ready to do the damn
prepared.
thing.
And that's how we
Yeah,
grew up,
you
so
don't-
fair enough.
Yeah,
You know?
and I think there's something to that exists for a reason. I don't think
Sure.
it's just like, oh, that's old heads being,
Yeah.
No, it's called like number one,
Professionalism.
respecting
Yeah.
your audience.
Sure.
Yeah, respecting your audience time specifically.
Yeah, which Lauryn Hill doesn't do at all, apparently. But yeah, that's where I feel like, and also the time thing, because whenever he's pulling out his laptop, it's like, bro, like, I mean, okay, if that's the thing, but it's like you could have got a guy to do it.
Yeah.
If you could have achieved what you're doing, and you're looking the shit up. He's like actually
totally.
searching it.
But in a weird way,
On stage, bro.
like
It's
I know
wild.
so many people who look at Bieber like a god. And in my opinion, it was kind of a full circle moment where it just shows this dude has a laptop just like the one you're on, looking up videos the same way we do.
Yeah.
I also heard, and I don't believe everything I read online, but I heard because he sold his catalog, he wasn't able to actually perform any of the. If he went through YouTube and karaoke'd them, it was a different thing. So it was all kind of.
Oh, there was also like a legality.
There was a
side of
legality
things.
side of it. So I
Damn.
think, and who knows, but okay. So this is Spice and Roy.
Yeah.
We are course.
Radio East.
Radio East. Yeah. Fuck yeah! Shout out my people. Yeah, dude.
Nice. Yeah, they told us about this.
Tez on bass.
Bro.
Is that Tez on bass?
Yeah, fucking Matt on guitar, dude.
Oh, Muling on guitar.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Bro, Heights on the kid, D's
Yeah.
on keys.
See, that's what I'm saying. Yee-hee. That's my girl right there. I love Spice. I love On.
Bro, they go hard in the
But this is what I'm saying. You put that band up against anyone out of New York, New Orleans, Nashville. I would put my money on them straight up.
That's why, like, what we're doing here, bro, feels so cool because, like, I feel lucky to get to call people like them friends.
Totally.
You know, like, because they're so fucking talented and they're just, and that's just, you know, that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
You know.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, everyone on that stage has been in the studio multiple times, and we've locked in, and Matt plays for me. And, of course, like I said, we work with Spice and Roy. But that's why, I mean, like, you've been to the studio.
Yeah.
It feels like home. We love having people in, and I'm doing my best in my new role to like curate a locker
Congrats,
room.
by the way, recently
Thanks.
as
Yeah.
of this year.
This year, end of last year, beginning, same shit.
Co-owner,
but
512.
Co-owner 512. It's been a blessing. Life has shifted. Honestly, it's only been a couple months. But like I spoke at UT yesterday, as I was
Yeah,
telling
that's
you. I got a lot of people hitting me up trying to work more. And to be honest, I have like a lot of people who I would call peers and maybe even people I look up to. They're hitting me up kind of, I don't want to say looking for favors, but it's like, hey man, you got a little bit of this sauce, a little of this juju going on. Like I could use help this. If you ever need any help in the studio, if you guys are hiring, it's a good feeling. And I'm trying to curate more of a culture that's even more communal. Shout out to Omar. He's founder, original owner, partner now. He's been killing the game. He's of Vallejo, obviously. Shout out Vallejo, too. They're awesome, famous here and beyond. He's done a great job. I mean, I've learned almost anything musically from him, and I get a lot of the way that I work through him, which is a lot of networking, being cool, maybe inviting someone over to the studio afterwards. Of course, no charge, some drinks, that kind of stuff. And I think I'm just really, I mean, years ago when he hired me, even just as an intern, he was like, you know, man, I've done this thing for a long time, 20, 30 years. He had a chokehold on the Austin scene when they were our age, and he still has that generation on deck. I mean, they all come through the studio. It's all love. But I think he saw a little bit of like, hey, there's a new generation coming, and I might not be tapped in like I am with my people. So having Vic around, especially when it comes to like production, I remember specifically he was like, I had some chick come in wanting to sound like Billie Eilish. He was like, "Who the fuck is Billie Eilish?" And and I'm like, "Okay, so yeah." It may not be like exactly what I love to do, but I can do it. Cue up Ableton and a lot of that modern stuff. So that's how I was hired. And then fast forward, it's been 8+ years, and we finally just teamed up. We're splitting everything down the middle, doing it as a partnership, which feels really good. I get to own a little bit more of my craft, a little bit more of my space, and back to the communal thing and working with all these people, like I'm in a position where I can say, hey man, you are someone I really want to be creative with, work with at whatever capacity. If I'm producing, engineering, hosting a podcast, whatever, and I don't have to go, hey man, we're going to need top dollar for every minute you spend. As long as bills are paid.
It depends on the person, dude.
Totally,
because it's like some people just bring things out of me. And I said this to you on the way over here, man, like where it's like, I wasn't worried coming in about this because I knew you get like the art of the hang, and like for me it's like the sometimes the payoff is the collaborative environment and the creative energy and the vibe.
Sure.
That, and then we work towards things that go in a place where we all eat because that's the thing, because if you're focused more on putting out a really good thing and letting it just speak for itself, it's like then you will eat. Everyone's gonna eat. Everyone's gonna eat.
And I think the difference is like Omar, he is owed every penny. He has earned his spot at he's a Rushmore in Austin, I would say. He's well known everywhere. Every minute he works, I believe he is owed top dollar. For me, I'm still grinding. Yeah. And I'm still hungry. I'm still a young gun. Comparatively, I'm maybe right in the middle, but I'm willing to work a couple free hours or more than a couple free hours in order to have some really cool stuff going on at the studio. Yeah. And so that's what I've been telling a lot of people, and even, the likes of Deez and Matt and all them and Kill Tony Band and all these people, like they've been kind of hitting me up and we've been talking back and forth about potentially doing some stuff. And I'm like, man, if y'all just want to come, I'll work 4 free hours. Yeah. And you never know what's going to happen. Yeah. You never know who's coming in next. And
exactly. And that's like for us, man, with this, we kind of started with a framework and a lot of faith.
Sure.
And you go forward kind of knowing this is how we need to do it, but like just kind of letting it. And I think this has unfolded in a way where I didn't exactly know what I was going to do. I knew how to podcast. That's what I did understand. And I knew I wanted to get cool people. But as it's grown, it's like more tools come to you. And the environment in Austin, bro, I think still is that entrepreneurial kind of startup. and that can be in anything. It can be in a creative project, the same as like tech.
Yeah.
So it's like that environment and that vibe, and it's such a cool place to be where you're around that level of
Definitely.
that, and that's why it's like. It's so great because it's like same for us in terms of like working for free or even in the red, you know,
sure.
like we're doing it because there's a higher faith factor there.
There's a faith factor. There's a love of the game. And that's something like when we went over to 512, like that, like we immediately noticed there was a very clear vibe that really made it different and
100%.
fostered that creative environment.
And people talk about it all the time too. And I felt it when I first walked in. I was like, oh, this feels like a living room. This feels like a home. It feels versus like, no food or drink, you know, if session ends at 8, you got to be packing up by 7:30. But I was telling these kids yesterday, kind of circling back, like if you are in a creative space, specifically music or for you guys, video and podcasting and stuff, and your main goal is to make money, you're in it for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
And I think, and I followed that when I said there is money to be made, but you gotta hustle.
Yeah.
And I think the main thing that I always preach to everyone in a creative space is sacrifice. And if you're not willing to sacrifice time, money, resources, social, sanity, I mean, mental health, and I mean, take that with a grain of salt. You know, you need to find balance. But I would not be where I'm at today, and you guys probably wouldn't be here today if you expected to get rewarded for every single little thing that you did.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to give,
wrong
give.
mentality.
Exactly. You do it for the love of the game, like
exactly.
you said.
You show up and you believe in the thing, so you're not worried about things that will be, because if your faith in it is strong enough, your enthusiasm will be there too. And that's the thing. It's like enthusiasm, bringing that into whatever you're doing and creating. It's gonna like foster that environment. And
For sure.
I like if you can take money out of your mind, that's the best place artistically you can be in.
100%, but that is hard because we're all, you know, Austin is not getting cheaper. Actually, it might have jumped down just a little bit, but we're consistently going up
about
every
it. It's
year.
like this used to be a city of artists, and they're getting priced out.
Yeah,
you know,
everyone's
they can't
moving.
afford, or they have
Buda,
roommates.
Round Rock, you know,
all of them.
100%.
Yeah.
So it's a weird thing, and I got a lot of questions from the students yesterday. And you know, how are you making it work? And once again, it was sacrifice. But just like you said, if you're in it for the love of the game and you are willing to hustle and put in those hours in that OT, then it will come full circle, and you'll start receiving the fruits of your labor. But it's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be a month. I mean, like, I've been working at the studio for 8 years. I started there for free as an intern. I was taking out trash, grabbing bottles at Chris's Liquor across the street for Omar.
Put this dude to work, bro.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna talk. But yeah, I was working for free. I mean, and Omar
That's
used
what
to,
Tesla did with Westinghouse, bro.
and now 8 years later, I'm doing really cool shit. I'm on the pod. I was talking at UT, and it's almost like a blink of an eye. But I was there every single day. Omar even kind of made fun of me. I came from a corporate background, you know, going to school and working in banking and stuff. He finally gave me, he was like, hey, here's the door code. If you want to come hang around and work, I'll put you to work and you'll learn stuff, whatever. I was there at 9 a.m. every morning. Yeah. Sometimes these dudes were just leaving.
Yeah.
And they're like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I'm ready to grind. I quit my job. I was full-time music. I was ready to hustle. And I think Omar saw that. Of course, he didn't work till 3 or 4 the next day. So I was just sitting in that front room cooking beats, doing whatever I could until they showed up. And then I'd hang out and as long as I could, and then repeat next cycle. Yeah. Eventually I learned, hey, I can't show up at 9 a.m. and leave at 9 a.m. every morning. So I had to kind of switch over to that nighttime schedule. But it's I'm not where I'm at because I was chilling. I'll tell you that.
We've talked about this before. Like, you have to be obsessed. And like, if you're not obsessed with the thing you're doing.
And delusional.
I
think I said that last time. Like, there's a little bit of delusion in all of us to think that we could stand with the giants in the industry.
Yeah.
But I do. I think I can. And maybe that's delusional. But I believe it.
You know, when you hang around levels of skill, like I say this, you either rise or fall. People will say if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. I think if you're the most talented person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah, man.
You need to be around people who are challenging you to step your game up. And that's what I love here, dude, because constantly am I out and I'm like, fuck, shit, like I just want to quit.
Man, I'm telling you, some of the cats that come in the studio, I'm like, why am I even doing music? These guys hurt my feelings. Bro. I'm a drummer first. That's a past life. I don't really play anymore.
I left my pad in the car.
Yeah, but I'll see these dudes play, and to even tell them I play drums is like almost an insult. And that's why I say it's funny. A lot of my clients, they're like, oh, you play every instrument? I use every instrument is what I say. I can definitely jam on the drums. I'll pick up a guitar, play my scales, play my chords. Same with piano. But to say I play piano when Dane Relaford is in the studio, when John Dees is in the studio, when Marcel is in the studio, I'm like, I don't play piano. I'll use it for production. Yeah, I don't. Those are players. Yeah. I'm a producer. I use.
Yeah, so. It's like telling Da Vinci, like, "Oh, I'm a painter," when you're scribbling with crayons.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it's that feeling of disconnect.
I'm trying, and I'm decent. You know, I'll play some cool shit on whatever instrument. But once again, these dudes are world class. They're A-list talent in my opinion, and so sometimes I'm, you know, but it's cool. In the same light, I'll get some of these people, and they're like, "Vic, what do you think? What should I do?" Yeah. Or I'll interject and say, hey, man, you know, it'd be fucking fire if you did this. Sometimes I'll direct vocalists. I can't even sing the shit, but I'm like, you got to hit this run. No, I'll go play it on the piano. Yeah. And the cool part is, and we touched on this, they have a respect. Some of them have heard my music. It's already released. Some of them have heard the unreleased stuff like y'all. And they're like, okay, Vic actually does know what he's doing. Vic has got that. I may not be shredding on any particular instrument, but it is nice when you got A-listers in the room, and I go, hey, man, that's not it. Yeah. We should do it like this. And they go, oh, word, I got you. And there's not even an argument. Yeah. But that comes with reps.
Well, and trust, because trust between the producer and the artist is paramount. I feel like if there's not, it's because it's almost like you're there as almost like a counsel or a directive.
And even more like a therapist sometimes, and a friend and a vibe curator. There's some really talented people who will ruin a session quick, man, real quick, just because the energy in the room's off. They might go, man, fuck, you fucked it up again. Yeah, you know, and it's like not cool.
So the vibe that's created in that studio 100%. Moment, and that it's like kind of like the hang. There is this art to the hang, and it's like if you're in that studio environment, you were like, I got to keep this artist comfortable in a space that's gonna like have them in their best.
It's part of the job. I told the kids at UT yesterday too. They were asking, everyone's asking for a job, which is hilarious. I'm like, I knew this was coming. Yeah, but I had to tell them. I said, hey, I don't care if you got the best mix in the world or you're just an absolute killer on Ableton or whatever. The job is being a good person, being a people person, being able to curate a vibe, having thick skin, being balanced. You know, at the studio, someone might pull out something out of their pocket that you might not be comfortable with, or you may be comfortable with. They might bring some smoke, some drink, whatever. And if you're a narc, or if you're not cool, or if you're uncomfortable, or, you know, big egos walk in the room, some people might walk in there like they own the space. And you have to be able to do all of that before you even play a sound. Yeah. And so that's something I was telling them. I said, hey, anyone who thinks they can handle all of that, plus you're ice cold at producing, plus you're a good engineer, plus late nights, being able to hang hella hours, all of that, then we can talk. But if that's not you, get your reps in, find it. Because, I mean, it wasn't necessarily me. I'm always cool and down. But when I first started, I remember, like, we were having some late nights, and there were some characters and egos in the room, and I was like, fuck, I don't know if I'm built for this. Yeah. But 3-4 years into the game, I'm like, oh, this is the lifestyle. This is just how it is. And once again, the trust kind of comes back in play. You start working with people enough, or you start getting projects out, and people hear what you do. And then the hang comes in. It's like, hey, man, I heard what you did. And I'm like, word, let's just go kick it at the studio. No pressure. I'm not going to charge you to come kick it. Yeah. Let's grab a drink. Let's listen to some music. We don't have to talk about music at all. Yeah. We can talk about girls or partying or whatever we want to talk about. And then half the time they're leaving saying, man, appreciate it. Let's get some on the schedule. Yeah. Let's get some work in. And I'm like, bingo. There we go. That's all cool. Because if it wasn't like that, then I don't know if I'd be working with who I'm working with today. So,
dude, and it's you get that. It's like a responsibility to be in that place where you're like, all right, I'm like, because there has to be a moment of like, all right, the friend turns off and you're into, okay, I'm trying to put you on the game here so we can get this, you know, and 100%. It's like there's probably got to be an art there too in terms of like taking it from switching to the different gear that you need to go to sometimes.
It's funny you say turn the friend off. In my opinion, it's almost like people will trust a friend. Yeah. And if you make a good friend with your producer, like I'll tell a lot of my even just like the past couple of months, I've started some new project with some new people I didn't really know prior, you know, they reached out or we met somewhere and we got to business pretty quick. And I go, hey, man, this first session, like, I wouldn't even really prepare for the first hour or two to really get to work. I'd love to just get to know you.
Yeah.
Like, why are you making music?
Yeah.
What is this song about? What is this project about? What is the influence? What are you going through in life right now? What made you want to take this path or this sound? And it, one of my clients a couple years ago coined my brain. They said they call it the algorithm, because they just feed me information, whether it's musical, non-musical, whatever, and it kind of just calculates. And then when I feel like I've got enough info about you, it's like playing 21 questions. All right, now let's start to cook. Now let's get to work. But I know you were in love and you fell out of love, or you struggled with addiction, or you struggled with finances, or anything about your life. And now we're going to add that. We're cool. We've kind of like broken the ice a little bit. I've cried with my clients in the back room, like hearing their stories. And I'm not afraid to admit, I mean, we get deep back there.
Yeah.
But coming back to trust, like, I feel like they're able to be like, I trust Vic. Now I'm putting this music stuff in his hands.
Yeah.
And also, like, if I'm taking the wrong path, they trust me enough to be cool and be like, hey, Vic, I don't think you're going the direction I'm looking for. And I'm like, okay, word, let's switch it up. Let's like go this different direction. But because we sat down and we chopped it up and we got to know each other and we figured out, you know, who we are as people, then that makes the relationship run so much more smoothly. And then when we're working, we're still friends. I'll be in the booth and I'll be like, man, you fucked that shit up. Let's do it again. And they're laughing and they're having fun. And that's way better than just sitting there and being like, okay, what do you think? All right, let's do it again. You know,
Yeah.
There's no fun in that.
Yeah.
Plus,
So-
at the end of the day, if you're doing that, you're not doing your job as
Right.
a producer engineer, because you
100%.
have to give that guidance.
100%.
And like that goes back to what you're saying about having thick skin. I think a lot of people who are going into it very fresh have that ego about them, thinking like, I'm not going to take shit from anybody.
Totally.
And they think they conflate hate with criticism as like the same thing.
Sure. Man, I can't tell you that you're preaching. Like, so many people, they think I'm hating or they think I'm doing something weird. And I'm like, I'm just here to help. But if you don't want to take our direction, Omar has a 3-strike rule. He'll give a thing. No, we don't like that. We're no. All right, cool. He'll do it again maybe a couple hours later. Hey, man, I really think, you know, it'd be cool if you did this. No, man, we don't. After 3 strikes, there's been times he'll call me and be like, hey, man, come run this session. I don't know why they, you know, because he's a producer too. They book Omar so they can help write good music.
Yeah.
And then when you get in there and you're willing to take zero help, criticism, anything, he's like, what am I doing? I'm just pressing record for you.
Yeah.
So that's when he would call me when I was working for what he called Chick-fil-A money. He's like, dude, come, I'll give you $60 to finish this session, dude. Just come. And of course, I might have already been in the front room, just waiting.
Right. You're just like chilling.
Just chilling.
Ready? Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
I'm here. Chick-fil-A money. I'm eating good tonight.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, sometimes just being around the place, you know, being in the environment, because, you know, if wherever you're trying to go, you know, you need to be around the things, even if you're not at the level of the,
Sure.
you know, the top thing. And it's, yeah. With artists though, I mean, I feel like it is really one of these, criticism is a core fear people have. And if you can like check your ego at the door, which is hard, but get over yourself.
Definitely.
And then come in and be ready to actually do something. That's like, be, you know, no, like there might be certain creative hills that like, I'm going to die on this one. This is, I can't compromise, but you can't die on every hill, and you should be willing to go, okay. Like just earlier, I had thrown an idea out to him to start this, and he does like came back, and I'm like, I didn't even reply, but I was like, in my mind, I was like, fair, all right,
well,
you know, like I didn't,
and that's
so it's like,
collaboration too,
it
man.
is, and it's I don't take it as
Yeah.
a per se, because
it's not an attack on you.
It's not my identity.
Exactly.
It was just you're like, I don't like the idea.
Well, I think
And we can stay on the idea. We're not talking about identities here, and that's
right.
there's
Definitely.
a separation.
I think at first, and I talk about this with some of my clients too. At first, people will the people outside of creativity don't understand that we're basically putting a piece of ourselves out to the world to be judged, especially with music. It's like, hey, here's something that's really important to me. I've curated it. It's from the depths of my soul.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna let you guys comment and hate it or love it on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and all of that. So when I'm working with a beginner artist, I'm like, you are not going to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
Do not try to. We're not in here to make every single person in the world love this song.
Yeah.
You might have to die on a hill. If you want this sound to be unique and fresh and interesting, you're going to cut out half the people in the world straight off the bat, and they're not going to fuck with it. And that's fair. It's not an attack. And then you kind of like start building upon that. It's like, now if I tell you I don't agree with where you're going with it or your idea, it's also not an attack on you. It's actually opposite. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help you, guide you to where you want to be. Yeah. So I like having those type of conversations up front so we can just kind of get that out of the way. If I'll even ask, are you okay with criticism, or you just want me to press and record?
Yeah.
Because there is a difference. Some people think they know what's up. I always have ideas. I'm almost probably too idea. Like I'll every take I got a new idea.
Yeah.
But
I could have used a little more cowbell.
more fucking
always
That was
cowbell.
gonna be a great. This last one was even better than the first.
I heard something
Best
on that.
SNL sketch ever, dude.
I heard what's his name, Christopher Walken said.
After a series of staggering defeats.
I heard something.
Fucking great.
It was a story about Christopher Walken. Whoever told the story was with Christopher Walken, and he was like, Will Ferrell ruined my fucking life. He's like, I've been on all these amazing movies, played all these amazing roles, and he'll get like approached on the street and go, "We need more cowbell." Or
This is where did this hear? Where did you?
I
hear
can't
this?
remember, dude. I'm doom scrolling just somewhere,
yeah.
but
No, but yeah, 100%. I mean, it's also
legendary.
his own fault.
yeah, I mean, he could have not done it.
He was pretty. It was him and Will Ferrell because it was very much like his being Christopher Walken, and it's like just so deadpan and the ridiculous absurdity of it, and it's like. It's that what is it? Incongruence is what they say. Call it.
And how could he have known too? Any of them, Farrell included, know that would become what it is today. Yeah. Where it's like such a meme.
Well,
literally
again, I think
shadowing
in that moment, I'd be willing to wager they felt, oh, this is lightning in a bottle.
Oh yeah, when they were hearing the live
Like,
audience reaction, for sure.
I bet as they were in that moment, they knew, oh,
Yeah.
this is
And then they're
something
like,
else.
Fuck. It's like,
Because
dude,
and you don't get that with everything you create. And
I
sometimes
would take that. I would take that
sometimes you
lightning
have
in
to
a bottle.
put a thing out, and you're like, you were saying it about your own stuff where I was like, I heard it. I'm like, this is great. And it's like, you're always going to be critical to the point where you could always find something.
Sure.
At a certain point, you let it go and you go, all right, I'm good with this. I know I put a lot into it.
Yeah.
And I'm okay putting it out, and I'm okay living with where the chips fall.
I'm still trying to find that.
That's the thing that really artistically you're talking about. You're putting a piece of yourself out there.
Yeah.
You are, but also fuck it. And like if somebody doesn't like it, that's
Fuck
cool,
it.
bro. Have a
Yeah.
good day, dog.
Yeah.
Like I don't care.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
at a certain,
it's not for
Yeah.
you. It's for the people that do
Man,
like it.
preach.
At a certain point of like trying to perfect it and getting it to a certain point of where you're fully happy with it, is it really like, are you really putting your total self into it? Like, does it become almost too much, too overproduced?
You can overdo it for sure. I know I told you my story, and we don't have to get too deep into it, but for me, it's so hard. Y'all have heard some of the demos. I think they're great. I do think I'm up there with some of the people that are at the top of the fucking Mount Rushmore of all of music.
Yeah.
But my shit got stolen, so for the people at home, I have these demos. My laptop got stolen. All my files got stolen. All I have left are these just demo tracks. And I've been sitting on them for years, and you guys heard them. So many of my peers and my friends are like, these are ice cold. You got to drop them. But for me, like you said, if you put so much into it, eventually you got to just let it go. I wasn't finished putting so much into it. It got stuck.
Yeah.
So it kills me. Because, I mean, I'll put it on in the car, and you can hear.
Yeah.
I know you know of all, when a song isn't mixed, I mean, I've heard so many songs, I'm like, killer song, I'll cut it after 30 seconds because my speakers are going, and I'm like, I'm not trying to listen to that. Even some rough bounces we do at the studio, I'm like, damn, the fucking bass was way too loud. I'm going to have to fix that tomorrow. But I won't even listen to it because it's annoying. So it's tough, man. I'm in this weird zone with my music where I can't tell whether to let it go and have it shit the bed. That would suck if it shat the bed.
Yeah.
But then everyone's like, dude, it's so good. Don't even fucking worry about it. It's going to shine.
Yeah.
But I'm like, is it going to shine with the likes of fucking Kendrick and Anderson .Paak and Frank and all these people that I look up to? Probably not, because it's not fucking mixed and my shit got stolen. But I'll get there.
We
I'll get
do
there.
have, some of what you sent over.
Yeah.
So if you want to, give a little feeler,
Whatever,
then,
y'all. I'm down.
Do
Yeah,
that
I'm down.
because
I'm down.
and it's not that I don't want to hear it. I need to use the restroom, so it's a good
Cool.
time
Yeah,
playing some of
sure.
that. I've heard
Do
it's
it.
great. I fucking love it, dude.
Yeah,
I'll be right
dude.
back though.
Yeah, for sure.
I should've done
Can I
this
give a little?
prior to the cast.
Yeah.
So
a
I
little
got the 3 that you sent us here.
Cool. Can I direct you and maybe give a
Absolutely,
little story behind? So most of these, let's do Run It All first. But before you play it,
I'm just getting queued.
yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, appreciate it. Most of these are like hella old. I want to say back in 2022, I was running tracks for Juwan, Black Odyssey.
Okay.
We went on tour with Corday for a hot second, and we had like a week and a half layover in Brooklyn. And I'm not very well traveled, so I was like, we had an Airbnb smack dab in Bushwick or something. And I was like, I'm trying to act like I live here. I just want to go walk to the closest bodega, get a chopped cheese, sit at a park, do whatever, and really like capture the culture. And then I want to hit the Airbnb and try to cook.
You don't want to feel like a tourist. No.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I don't think this song sounds anything like Brooklyn or anything like that, but it did open up a space for me that was a lot more creative. I was seeing a lot of culture that I wasn't familiar being a kid from the South. Born in Houston, Brooklyn is a completely different culture. So I don't want to say I took like the Brooklyn sound or culture and put it in my music, but it was more like a brain expander. And I think that was back in early 2022. So this song is...
And when, just for reference, when did your laptop get stolen?
Probably later that year.
Damn.
Maybe late 2022, early 2023. And I know a bunch of you creatives are probably shaking your head at home. I had all my shit backed up. I thought the inevitable thing would be my laptop would die. So I was like, no worries, all my shit's backed up. I got hella drives in my backpack. As soon as this laptop, goes, I'll just plug in the Ableton files on whatever new laptop I got, and we'll be kosher. And then my whole backpack got stolen. So like literally nothing remains. All that remains is whatever latest versions of my demos were on my Google Drive. So
let's give it a little spin.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Let's
There
do
we
it.
go.
Unmixed, unmastered.
Hey, don't say a word, bitch, this game over. Shut your mouth, hand everything over. Oh yeah, I've been seeing how you flying shit. Wood grain, candy paint, you got all the drip. Wait a minute, ain't no need for the violence. Take a second, maybe we could compromise shit. Make the scoochie while a couple Benny folds in it. Shit, you can have my Rolly Rose Gold finish.
What do you say there, Chief? That's a pretty good deal. Come on now, be rational.
Motherfucker, this money, gold, cars and clothes, nothing is safe. Go ahead and run it all, you better run it all my way. Now I'ma blow your whole bankroll, there's no escape. Go ahead and run it all, you better run it all my way. Run it. Look, only got one choice if you wanna live. We gon' hit the bank and withdraw all your shares. A minor hit, call it payola. Take it back to the hood and make it rain on you. Wait a minute, let's take a second just to talk about it. Money's only money, you can live without it. Listen, just take my keys and you can drive away. I ain't gon' say shit, ain't nobody gotta die today. Money, gold, cars and clothes, nothing is
It sounds good in the headphones.
Hell yeah.
run it all, you better run it all.
Well, I think I told you at 512, like, I think it's closer than you think it is.
I think so too,
But also
man.
that's it coming from, like, you're being your own worst critic.
I did it on a worse mic than this. All these vocals and shit. This part's cool. Y'all know Juice. This is when Bishop and them robbed that store. For people back home, a lot of people go, "Who's rapping?" It's also me. Who's singing? Who did the beat?
Yeah, that's something to clarify. This is all
It's
you.
all
This
me.
is all
That
Vic.
thing on you. This shit sounded like the candy paint rolled up.
This shit sounded like the
Hey, this one's for you.
hold up. Houston, Texas, steady swerve in the Range Rover. Might just hop up, pop the trunk and let it bang on ya. Look at my eyes, I'm ready to die, continue to chase the dough. Just tell me the prize and who can supply it, and then I'll lock and load like this is it. All up in the mix until my partners get piece of the pie, invisible top, invisible set on all their wrists. I won't stop till I'm 6 under all y'all. When I'm gone, put a Henny till it's all gone.
Mama looking good down the Eastern Wood. Man, it's understood, got money in my hood.
I won't stop till I'm 6 under all y'all. When I'm gone, put a Henny till it's all gone.
Mama looking good down the Eastern Wood. Man, it's understood, got money in my hood.
I won't stop till I'm 6 under all y'all. When I'm
Yeah,
gone,
man.
put a Henny till it's all gone.
I love them, and so many people are like, drop that shit.
Dude, we should do a poll.
Yeah.
On
Anybody
Instagram, be like,
listening?
hey,
That'd
Right
be
now,
cool.
should
Hey,
we- should we
hey,
put it
let
out?
me. Hey,
Tell us,
if it's
please
over
tell us.
50%, I'll put it together. I'll package it in a way.
It's
But
yeah. Well, I mean, and it's like, I mean, I was thinking about it. It's like there's like 3 options for you at this point with it. It's either you go back to square one, you drop it, and you grab your nuts and you drop
Yeah.
it, or you just keep it and never release the shit.
Yeah.
So what? It's
option
one of
three,
those 3.
option 3, I don't think can happen. But for people who are non-creatives, just to give a little bit of perspective, to me, it's like it is. Well, this what I have can't be edited. It's like a printed piece of paper. So
Yeah.
if you needed, let's say you're turning in an essay and you have the printed paper and you go and you realize there's a bunch of typos and shit, you can't go back to the file and edit it. You can either white it out or like
Yeah.
cut it and try to, and then it's all botched. And then
And once you change one thing, it changes everything.
everything's off. And so
For now, people have to do the modern day version of putting a tape cassette in the stereo and sample what was just played right now if they
man,
want to listen
yeah,
to it.
straight up.
Yeah.
But then another thing is a lot of people go, well, just recreate it. And I get the mindset, but this is like making a sculpture.
Yeah.
I chisel at these songs in between sessions. I get
Yeah.
only a few hours of creative time for me between sessions.
Even
and stuff.
if you wanted to, you could probably never go back and do it.
Yeah,
make
and
this exact
100%.
what you
That's
did there.
exactly what I'm saying. It could be close, but also
Yeah.
people don't realize this isn't just doing math or like putting together a spreadsheet or something.
Yeah.
I was in a mood. I
Yeah.
was in a space in my life that made that sound.
Yeah.
I was in a headspace that's what came out. And
Yeah.
so people are like, just redo it, dog, just redo it. Not to mention I use so many different samples and sounds, and I may even shift keys and stuff. And the things that you do, y'all are editors, y'all know, like, you just do it and then it looks good. It's not like you write down every step of everything you did.
You don't
just in
show your
case.
work. Yeah.
Right. So it's like, they're like, just redo it. And I'm like, it won't sound like that. It might be clearer. There might be a good mix on it, but it's not going to have the same energy.
Yeah.
If you want to, we don't have to listen to all of every one of them, but we could do Madman next, and you could just run it till the halfway point.
Here we go. Do you want to say anything about this one? or just
Sure,
go?
mine as well. This one's cool, and I feel like I was even talking to you about this. I was definitely in a darker spot when I was doing this. COVID hit. A lot of opportunities were dwindling because everything was shut down, and
Yeah.
I had a really cool investor who was investing in the money in the studio, giving Omar a bunch of bread so I could just come and work, and she was paying me to make my own music and stuff. And then it all kind of like fell apart. And so this song is actually like a duality battling between like a toxic masculinity mindset where it's just like, grab your nuts, dog. Like pick yourself up. Don't be a bitch. And so when you're rapping or when I'm rapping, that's kind of the personality. When I'm singing, it's like probably a more vulnerable, truer space. It's like I'm hurting. I'm like not feeling good. I'm in a dark spot, and I don't know what to do about it, and I feel weird. So it's generally like it's kind of looped out the first verse.
I like how you like when you had explained in the studio, like you're talking to yourself there. And
Definitely.
like the shit talk is to oneself. And actually, and we can listen to it and then we can talk
Sure.
about this. Self-talk is important.
Man.
And your ability to alter your own self-talk, but also in the sense that if you're going to take it and be able to like artistically express it in a way,
Sure.
you kind of make it, you find a healthy way to, because you can't
100%.
necessarily prevent the negative self-talk from entering from the field.
Right.
But you can kind of be like, I'm not that thing. I'm just hearing it, and I'm going to take that.
Or
and I'm
you
gonna
can have
do-
an acceptance of it. of both sides, you know. And I think for me, it was the struggle. Do
Yeah.
I own and accept being in a depressive state, or do I own and accept this? You know, grab your nuts and fucking fight through it. Don't be a bitch. And we deal with both. We're humans, so yeah, we could spin a little bit and talk about it.
Yeah.
Super
I'm gonna
demoed out.
actually get a Red Bull real fast.
Yeah, do your thing.
Oh shit! Hold on, volume's down.
Watch out, there's a madman. No, wait, part of my alter ego. Nah, fuck all that being peaceful. This is the sound of evil. Can't escape me, you're in my clutch. You couldn't shake or phase me.
I just don't give a
You're the only thing in front of me. Don't do shit right. And I'm too blind to see you there. I'm trying not to believe that you defeated the best of me. Yeah, thinking it's time to create some commotion. Pop you like glow stick, ruin your whole life, running on preconceived notion. Mix it with that potion, got me need just to top it off. Banging your head against the wall, still can't knock me off. Fucked up, let me hold you, right on Papa's shoulder, turning you to a stone-faced, cold-blooded soldier. Look you in your eyes, tell you lies, and why you eat it all. I'm beating down your block, knocking pictures off the wall, bitch. Watch out, there's a madman. No, wait, part of my alter ego. Nah, fuck all that being peaceful. This is the sound of evil.
So like you can even hear on this upcoming verse, I say you're the only thing that fucks with me. And most people are like, who is it about? Who's the chick? And I'm like, it's my own fucking anxieties. And
Talking to your subconscious.
The only thing that fucks with me.
I don't know why I even try or care.
I've been crying myself to sleep. Cause my mind has been toying and testing me.
And then
I gotta keep it a buck with you. You sounding like a bitch. You better grab your nuts and take it like the man you is. This planet is a mighty tough one to be stranded in. You sounding softer than the quicksand that you standing in. But don't you go panicking. I got a plan and shit. We gonna slam a fifth until your ass can handle it. Then we gon' man the whip and slam that shit right off the bridge. Show all these motherfuckers who the madman is.
man, I really wish I could mix that one. I can hear that one's a little bit more in the
I
mud,
can,
but
from like a mixing perspective,
Yeah,
I can hear where you're unhappy
and
with
that's
it.
where
of,
I'm like,
things being like a little too loud or a little too quiet. And yeah,
why
that's the
they take it?
frustrating side.
You know what's crazy is I bet some crackhead somewhere like stole that shit and sold my laptop for like $40 or something, and it's just got gold
Somebody's
on it.
got some
I've,
fucking great
I've only
shit.
shown y'all like 3, but I probably had 40 demos on the way to that like sound, and it's just crazy because that one's probably 2021 or 2022 still same.
After that happened, did you find yourself discouraged to the point where it was hard to make anything?
Depressed.
Like you didn't even want to start because
truly-
it felt like
Truly,
all that.
100%. I was sunk. I almost quit music as a whole because you have no idea how much time and effort and fucking grinding. I was not hanging out with my friends. I was not seeing my family. I was not doing all this for the mission, for the goal.
Bro.
And then it's just gone. And like, man, shout out to the people around me. I was dating a girl one time. She damn near saved my life. Like she knew. I had to tell her I'm fucked up. I was fucked up. Now I'm on the other side of it. I'm feeling so much better. I've told you guys and the most
life is good and my art is shit. No,
yeah. It's crazy. I was even talking to one of my
It's so funny how that works though, because like the shittier the worse things are going for me, the funnier I tend to be.
Yeah.
Because my fucks get really just like really? Like
What
this
is-
is
yeah.
also going to happen?
Yeah.
Like you're actually in a way freer because now you get to go back. And dog, like for all of us, get your ass up in there, dog. If you need a fucking like guy to come in and fucking
I know,
put
man.
you, dude,
I
do
know.
it because
Well,
like
Yeah, I'm giving all my creative energy to my clients right now, which is
Yeah.
also a blessing. I think when I started Vace as an artist, it was to promote my production. I've always wanted to be like a Dr. Dre type, where sure I might have a couple records out and I might be on the track with people, but my true passion is making sick ass music, cold beats, awesome melodies for vocalists. Like I want to be the guy where someone's like, we need a hit, we gotta
Yeah.
call Vic.
Yeah.
And that's cool with me. So right now I find myself in a space, I haven't released music in years. That's an issue, but I find myself in a space where I'm feeling fulfilled because I'm working with cooler and cooler people. I
Yeah.
get to work with the cream of the crop here in town, meet some awesome people. Now I'm, co-owning the space that I work at, and that feels great. And we're all gonna do cool shit because of that as well. So I'm feeling really happy, but there is the backside of me that is like, I think you got something, dude. You just gotta do it. You just gotta fucking do it. But it's hard. I mean, I know you guys been in the studio. Like, I'm there 15, 16 hours a day sometimes. And in order to get it done, I'm gonna have to stay 20 hours.
Yeah.
And you know what? A part of me is like what the song said, like, you better grab your nuts and fucking take
Yeah.
it like a man, bro. Like, get in there and fucking do it
Yeah.
if you really want to do it. So,
Yeah.
And I didn't tell you this when we listened to it the first time if I went to, but like that one was my favorite of the
Awesome.
three. Like
Awesome.
both in terms of like the tonality of it. Like,
Appreciate it.
is that a bass guitar with some distortion
It's,
on it?
it's
or
actually
guitar?
it's actually a baritone.
It's a baritone, hell yeah.
Tuned down, yeah. That's so Matt, he plays with me. Shout out Matt Muelling. He was like, "This is my favorite track that you do," because I have some old stuff that's already out. It's kind of poppy. I'll probably delete it, to be honest. It's just not up to par with who I am now.
Yeah.
Some people are like, "We like that stuff too," but it was when I first started. I was still getting to know who I was, but
It probably also doesn't like fold in with the rest of the stuff
it-
as
it-
easily.
I
It would be
mean,
sort of
I-
a standout.
I definitely that, but also I just feel like I'm miles ahead of what. So I don't want to release something new and then have people go back and be like, "What else is he releasing?" Shit, when I was like early 20s and still figuring out my sound and who I was. But a lot of people like that one. Omar loves that one. Matt Muelling's like, "That's the one I want to fucking play. We got to do it, even if we got to run." I mean, we don't even have tracks for it. We
Yeah.
just got to turn the demo down a little bit and run it, with the band.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun, and man, I can't tell you how many songs I had with that sort of sound, grimy.
Bro.
I grew up listening to Limp Bizkit and Linkin Park with my pops, but also yeah, look at through these eyes. Anyway, yeah.
There.
So like, and break stuff, these just fucking
Bro, they
2 or
started
3
a
notes.
fucking riot
one
at
of those
Woodstock
days.
99.
Yeah,
dude.
fuck yeah.
Limp Bizkit ruined
Woodstock.
Woodstock
Yeah.
90. Yes, they're
Yeah,
fucking
they
dickheads.
sure did. They sure
They're
did.
dickheads, dude, because, I mean, yeah, they were young, whatever. Okay,
And that
fine.
was their
But
thing. Fred Durst was an asshole, and
Like,
he loved it. He
People
embraced it.
die at shows, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Travis Scott, bro, fuck.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
like-
fucking
And
wild, bro.
same shit. Yeah,
That shit
so,
was crazy.
So yeah, I was listening to that hard shit with my dad. Of course, he had all the Wu-Tang, Pac, Biggie albums too. So I was big into hip hop, specifically East and West, of course.
Yeah.
But my mom was listening to Mariah Carey, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, all that kind of stuff. So you can hear a little bit of these influences. I got hard ass, tuned down metal riffs and basses that's going, and I'm going, "You're the only
Yeah.
thing in my," and they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
And that's just influence. That's just how. That's just what I grew up listening to.
You can
so.
hear that like that 90s, early 2000s influence in like the
totally.
tonality, but like it doesn't sound like it would have come out back then.
Right, it's
You
a
know,
little
you hear
bit
the
more of a
influence,
modern
but
twist.
it's different.
Definitely. And this third one, I don't know if we have time for it. I don't know if there is a time
no,
limit.
yeah, we got like another hour, bro.
Cool. This one, this was probably 2024. It was the last thing I was working on. So maybe 2023 was the last. It was like the song I was working on in the middle of when my shit got stolen. So
Yeah.
this is more, I think I tell y'all, this is more kind of leaning into my pop space. I call this one for the ladies. Like a lot of my
This is one for the female
yeah,
population.
yeah. A lot of my crowd, especially going back when I was like playing a lot of gigs, I had a great female turnout, and I think it was just because a little bit more of a poppy, kind of more centric sound. I was singing more R&B flair, and I love that shit. Once again, I grew up to Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Mariah Carey's like fucking Rushmore for me. I love that shit. So it's funny, and it almost goes back to the duality. Sometimes I'm dark and twisted and fucked up in the head, and then sometimes I just want a groove that can dance. So that's where Sweat comes into play. And this one, literally, I took a SM58 or something, like a shitty mic, and was just kind of freestyling these vocals and recording each next line that I liked. And then I got to this point. So
Here we
this
go.
was fun. I show people the first two, and then they hear this one. They're like, "Oh, this is the one, dog. You got to put this one out."
Scratches down my neck.
It's giving Jamiroquai.
Oh, fuck yeah, absolutely.
Between your legs. Why don't we spend the rest of the day in bed instead? A lot like yesterday. Fucked and begged me to stay home.
And I hate it too. They're like, "Who did the bass?" I'm like, "I thought I already told you guys, bro. I did everything."
I keep telling you, it's me.
You act, but you'll never know. A bottle it up, help me bottle it up. So no more Mr. Nice Guy. Look me right in my eyes. You know that you're mine. Act like you know why you always naked. Mix it up and shake it. All the love I'm making. What is it I'm tasting? Make that body sweat.
Definitely Jamiroquai. Love can't heat, so disco, new disco.
Yeah.
And then I get a lot of Anderson .Paak on this next.
Pick it up, you've been lifting me up, break it down when I'm up close. Couple close calls, oh no.
And I almost hear like a little bit of Billie Eilish.
Maybe.
Like a little bit.
Like an angel coming down from the snowfall. So no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Say Phineas.
Yeah.
Jump between those thighs, I'm begging for more. Why you always naked? Sit there fucking taking all the love I'm making. What is it I'm tasting? That body sweat.
And that's all I fucking got, man. That one, I feel like that could be a summertime hit, but vocals aren't tuned. It's like a one shot. We do all kinds of stacking and layering and shit, and I just never did any of it. And people are like, just redo it. Even my own sister, who's been to the studio a million times, she's like, well, just take those vocals out and put in new ones. And I'm like staring at her like,
Yeah, I can't.
I can't.
It's
printed.
She's like, why? And then, oh, you really? I'm like, this is what I've been telling people. So it's either send it or I would love if y'all did a poll.
Mm-hmm.
People at home, shoot me straight. If it's worth it,
Feedback.
yes.
Because
if it's not, then maybe I won't, and I'll just move on with it. I got a bunch of new music that I'm working on, but it sucks when you make music. At least for me, I was like dropping shit, and people were loving it, and I was getting booked for shows, and it made me want to hit the studio and make more.
Yeah.
And I'm making music off no motivation right now besides just trying to get back in the game.
Yeah.
For myself. So it'd be nice if people were like, yo, shit's fire. Maybe I'll hit the studio more on my own time.
I mean,
But
yeah.
or if they're like, nah, dog, that ain't it, then I'll be like, all right, well, good. It's not released, so.
Well, that's what's hard, man, because like, you're creating sometimes when nobody's watching, and it's like part of the payoff of the thing is the feedback that is positive, if it is.
Yeah.
And so you want that naturally as an artist, but at the same time, it's like if you're in the lab, if you're shedding, you're got to be in that mindset where I'm going to do this thing and I don't, like I was talking about like the first 6 months, like we're not, we have that stuff that maybe one day we'll put out some of it, but like we didn't do it to necessarily even put out the shit, but like
maybe just reps.
but just getting there and like doing the thing and and it is hard, man. It's like for me, I get it because from the standpoint, like we're doing this every fucking week, bro. And it's like some weeks I'm locked in, I'm like, fuck yeah. Other weeks it's like mentally getting there can be more difficult. And it's like I've got so many other things going on or whatever, and it's like to get to unshackle yourself to go into the thing and do it. Yeah. Sometimes it's like you just get dirty and like it's whatever.
And
like,
I gotta remind myself at one point I was like speeding home from work and hitting my closet in a home studio closet, begging to make music for the love. No one was waiting on me to drop. No one was expecting new music. I was just doing it out of love. And I'll never forget Omar. He looked me dead in the eye one day early when I was at the studio, and he's like, "Be careful what you wish for," because I was in there. They couldn't pry me out of the studio.
Don't lose your grip on the dreams of the best.
Yeah.
You
Hey, there you go.
must
We need to get him in the studio. Y'all were telling me you
He's
got
got a
the-
voice.
dude. Fuck yeah! I'm gonna have you singing with Spice
I
and
told
Roy.
you, dog. I don't listen. I was honest with you. I've been playing drums for 30 years.
Yeah.
I'm not in game shape to get in there right now.
Yeah.
I could get in game shape, but I'm not in game shape right
Yeah.
now. I'm in game shape on my voice.
Good.
Like no matter.
Good,
like
good.
dog. No, it doesn't matter what time. It does.
gotta-
there
we
are
gotta
days
hit the
where my
homies.
voice isn't quite 100%
These,
there.
put them in, Matt.
Bro,
put them
no,
in.
I do. I sing with them like on the reg, dog.
Love
I
it.
mean, and I'm like, I go in, and I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm like, you want to
Gotta
call my
do-
number,
yeah.
dog? You see it? Do you
Number
want to call
one,
it?
numero uno.
You know, and sometimes he'll throw me last, and I'm like, I take it as a compliment. It's like, all right, you think I
Close out
have
the
the
show.
yeah, if I have that,
Yeah,
'cause-
closer potential.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
because yeah, and it's also because okay, I've said this. I'm like, there aren't a very many people vocally around town that I'm like I can't follow.
Yeah.
Or I feel like Roy is one of them.
I was just gonna say, man.
Roy's one of them, and Curtis Lee
Oh,
is
cool.
another
Yeah,
one of them.
fuck yeah.
He's
Great.
fucking. And I've seen a couple of cats with the homies for sure. That I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I wish I knew their names, but
Yeah.
there's just so many talented people around. But
Shout
like,
out
where
Mike
I'm like,
B. I've been working with
I
Mike B.
saw
label.
a dude do like
Fantastic.
almost an R&B version of Nirvana of "Smells Like Teen Spirit."
Cool.
At
the homies?
No, this is dangerous.
Continental?
Yeah, here
Dope.
we are now.
Who did that?
Entertain.
Was that
I don't know. Tell
Jay
Deez.
Reese?
Let me know, Deez. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
remember who
Okay,
it was.
yeah.
I mean, it's not that I don't remember. I just don't know his name.
Yeah.
But
That's dope.
that's
though.
what one thing I love when you take a cover, or when you cover something, but you turn it into something else.
Totally.
And it's like
Totally.
some of the best songs. You're talking about Stevie Wonder. That where there's like they did it better, and then the Beatles case, there's a couple that because they just had so many. But it's
Yeah.
like I think Joe Cocker's version of "With a Little Help from My Friends"
Badass song.
it beats Ringo's fucking finger painting shit.
Maybe, I mean, yeah,
And then-
that's a good. I
What
wouldn't
would you
disagree. I
do
wouldn't, yeah,
if
yeah.
I sang on a tune? I would fucking turn this shit off. No,
Uh-oh.
but like, and then
There's
Joe
another one,
Cocker,
yeah.
dude. Joe Cocker comes in and says, "What would you do if I sang? Yeah, out of tune, dude." That is such a soulful, whole different level
Totally.
of that song. And you like, I love when
And that's a different
that's
art
a
form,
fun
too.
thing.
Twisting something that's already good.
Because it's almost like a new song in a lot of
Definitely,
ways.
definitely.
Like 99 Problems, Hugo did like a folk. Have you heard that?
Uh-uh.
If you're having girl problems,
Oh, I might have heard- I might have heard this. I might have heard this.
Problems and I'll bitch you.
I might have heard. But
But
it's-
four on the floor.
See, yeah, that four on the
You
floor
said
is
four on the floor is
undeniable,
making a
yeah.
comeback, huh?
Man,
Is that
it's
the
been
deal?
it's
Is that
been
what's
here.
happening?
It's been here,
It
but it's
never
even
left.
it's never left. Disco days. I mean,
It's
but
the
I'm seeing.
clearest heartbeat of
I mean,
what gets you
dude,
grooving,
120
man.
BPM, 130 BPM. You just get to go. And people just can't help.
Push me.
Even the white
And then
people.
just touch
yeah,
me.
yeah. That's the difference, because like you get some like
That
dill it
video is
out
great, by the
shit
way.
or like some kind of backbeat, and sometimes the people with no groove can't lock it in. Everyone can lock in four on the floor. They're
Yo, I know they're out there, but get away from me, people with no groove.
yeah. Hey, I'll accept you. I'll try to teach you some groove. I'll try to get you locked in. I'll put you on
can't teach
game.
groove,
Yeah.
'cause there's certain things that cannot be taught.
I'll provide the groove and you
Some
sing
people,
what I
it
tell you to
doesn't-
do.
Like when you meet somebody that doesn't genuinely doesn't have rhythm.
Yeah.
It's such a foreign thing to meet a person that can't understand just basic rhythm
Yeah.
of music.
And they're out there.
It's so strange too, because you think about how people talk. Like there's rhythm
Sure.
in just how
Yeah.
you communicate,
Yeah.
Definitely.
how you inflect on certain words to make certain points or add stress.
Yeah.
And then you think about some people who just talk very monotone and don't really have
Yeah.
any sort of rhythm. In
They're
that.
not
and you're like,
trying
okay,
to-
that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're not wordsmiths. They're not trying to. That's like with like bars, dude. Like I come up with a lot of bars, bro.
Cool.
I really do, bro.
Good.
I just mostly I don't ever.
Have
do
you ever rapped? Have you ever
I
got
mean,
on the
I've-
track?
So,
we'll get you on the
okay,
track. We'll
so
get
I
you on the
did,
track.
yeah, no, for sure, for sure. I'll write some shit.
Good.
But like, we used to do this show when I lived in New York at this place, Fat Baby, and there was a DJ, and then the comedians would do their sets, and then in between sets, like the DJ would play, and then at the end of every comedian's set, there was a topic bucket that was pre-filled before, and everyone had to draw after your set, and like there was some dumb shit like your mom's ass is fat or whatever, and they're like, drop a beat, and then boom, God,
I'll tear
mama's
it down
ass is
right
fat.
now. Yeah.
I don't know how to rap.
Yeah.
This is all a lack. You know, whatever. You make some shit up. And in some cases, some of those comics, like some dudes had like bars, bro.
Definitely,
This guy
definitely.
Noah Garden Swartz, shout out New York. He had bars, bro.
That's a whole freestyle.
But like, yeah, and then others it was terrible, but it was funny, so
That's cool.
it was
Yeah.
still worked because it's a comedy show.
Almost
And
like
it
the
was
karaoke appeal of like, if you're amazing at it, it's almost less entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one likes it when you go up and crush a karaoke song. They'd rather you shit the bed. And then they're
Honestly,
like,
bro. Honestly, and I'm so
Yeah.
good. People hate me at karaoke, dude. They really
Sometimes-
do. You're like, this is fucking.
Sometimes
polished
I
fuck.
even tell my family because they know I sing and do stuff, and they're like, get up there, and I'm like, if I drink, we're usually out of Egos or shout out Narbar. We do karaoke out of Narbar, but I'll rip a few shots, and I'm like, voice is gone, fam, and I'll still go up there and I'll shit the bed because I don't care. It's like I do music professionally. I'll go shit the bed in front of 20 people, but they get so disappointed. Everyone else loves it. I'll go sing Senorita by Justin Timberlake, and I'm up there. I could see my family's face. They're like, what in God's name is
Like, I
happening?
know he's supposed to be better than
he's,
this.
It's been proven he's better. Literally the
My
last
pleasure
time.
introduced you.
Yeah, I literally, me and my, I have a twin sister. Shout out Van, love you. That's my rock, dude. She
Hopefully, she's not a Rockets fan.
Oh, she is too. We're straight from the age. but she's not super musically inclined, but she loves music just like me. And so we do doo-wop, Lauryn Hill. And it's funny because she'll hit the bars and I'll sing the hook. Girl, you know
That's
better.
hilarious.
But what's funny
the
is
opposite.
she literally like was so disappointed last time we did it. This was a couple months ago. We went to Egos and I was drinking with mom, ripping shots, had some
Hey, Ma!
margaritas. Yeah. Oh, my mom loves to
Pour
get
a
down too.
shot.
Shout out mama, love you. Shout out Cam, little sis. But we were all having a badass time. My mom was in town and she was, Van said, well, I signed us up for doo-wop. We're going to go kill it. And I went up there and I was like, Van looked at me on stage. We jumped off stage. She was like, what the fuck was that? You're making me look bad out here. I was like, "La, dude, I do this shit professionally. I'm out here trying to have fun." But
You know who hates Lauryn Hill? Reddit.
there's a lot of people. I mean,
I've read horror
there's a
stories
bunch of shit out there
about
on
her
Lauryn
shows,
Hill.
and it's
just how
always
she-
the same thing.
No, yeah.
It's always shows up incredibly late, like sometimes
Yeah.
I think hours, does a short abbreviated set, gets mad at the crowd, like, like is combative energy. It's like, why are people still going out to see Lauryn Hill? I don't care how good the music is, bro. It's like fucking Danzig or whatever.
Well, I
You
want
just
to.
like, people like, she's a
I want to
fucking
say
dickhead.
this. Love Lauren. I think she's a goat, but I've heard some horror stories, and including if
okay.
you look at her biggest hits,
Okay,
they were already songs. They're covers.
Yeah, and let's also talk about like from a producer standpoint, like if an artist is a bigger artist and they're really difficult to work with, if you're like that's not what are you trying to accomplish?
Right,
You know,
right.
like because if it's like that's coming from a place of ego.
Sure,
All of that
of
shit.
course,
Showing
of
up late.
course.
Humility is I'm so grateful to have these fans.
Right.
Like, don't
Versus-
fucking forget.
Yeah.
And if you get so big that you forget, like, the thing
Why you're
that,
even there.
that exactly.
You're there for the
You've
people.
lost the plot.
Totally.
You've lost the
totally.
plot, Lauryn
Agreed.
Hill.
Agreed. Where you
Like,
at,
you're
Lauren?
like-
Pull up. No.
Because I know you're listening right
Yeah.
now. Somebody that
No.
knows Lauryn Hill.
No,
share
but
this.
it's true. And I even just saw wearlier today, Johnny Manziel was talking about kind of his rise back in the day, and he got in a bunch of trouble, and he was like, I was cool. I won a Heisman, came back next year, spanked Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And then, then there's the picture of him with the sparkler, and then he was like, it was never the same from then.
Well-
and he admits ego. I mean,
And it's
ego
also
inflated.
and it's also an example of how you can cruise on talent for so long,
And
right?
then-
And then you reach a point. It's a great example of how you reach a point where talent's not enough anymore.
You got to be a good person.
Well, and it's not just that. Like being a professional, it requires of you certain sacrifice, certain levels of
It's just reliability at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Well,
Like, you're gonna show up.
that's
to-
a running theme
Yeah.
on this show, bro. With like so many people we talk to, is like it's always the same story on that.
Yeah.
Consistency, predictability. If you're gonna call me, it's like you hear I have a good voice, but it's also gonna be because you trust. You've seen how I do what I do.
Exactly.
I've set my own table in a way that
Sure.
demonstrates and such.
Yeah.
That you're like, yes.
Well, we talked
So
to-
it's that's where it comes.
Yeah,
in.
we talked at the studio a little bit. I got a big ass black book of killer players,
Yeah.
and I'll reach for the same few for exactly what you're talking about. There's some people that are in town that could probably, destroy any of the other players that I might call. But when it comes to being on time, if you're like fucking amazing at guitar, but I need you to play GCD in root position, they're gonna do it, and they're gonna be happy to do it, and they're gonna bring a good vibe. They're gonna be professional. They're gonna be prepared. That kind of stuff. So these other, I know I've gotten DMs.
We were having conversations. I remember at the studio about this, and we're not naming names, but there's people
Yeah.
we would both agree. All of us would agree, like fucking as talented as
incredible.
anybody in town.
Incredible.
That.
Don't
You
get the
just
calls.
can't trust in the way that you need to be able to trust them.
100%.
And then you got a guy like Davila, who the problem is he's never in fucking town.
Yeah, well, he's
But-
always getting the call because
but-
of what he is and who he
Yes.
is. Shout out. Dude,
Fuck, we love Mike Davila,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Marcel and Mike, congrats.
Marcel, dude,
I
straight
don't know
up.
who the fuck this kid is, but
Straight up,
he's
Ty
fucking
Myers.
blowing the
Yeah.
fuck up, dude.
Yeah,
Ty
I've been
Myers,
talking
bro.
to both of them. I just saw Marcel the other day, and I was like,
Sorry,
you
I'm gonna
really
use the bathroom
fucking
real
like.
Yo, let's get them in.
Yeah, dude.
fucking
I'll,
shit,
dude.
bro.
Oh, we can get him. I'll hit him up. Marcel.
Davila's-
yeah, and he's great.
He's
I
next
think
level.
I told you I was about to go on tour, drumming, which would have been amazing. I haven't done that. I haven't played drums professionally in fucking years, but I had shit gear. And I hit him up and I was like, bro, I know you got all kinds of sponsors and shit. Help a brother out. Like, you got anything, a hi-hat, some cool cymbals. He has responded damn near immediately. He was like, I got you. I'll get you a whole set. Super, super dope guy.
Yeah.
We love, he's been, why am I blanking? Matt and Davila's trio with why am I blanking? Fuck, that's going to look bad.
I know what you're talking about.
Open.
I think I know what you're talking
Open 3-0. Why am I blanking?
I don't
We've
know.
had them
but
at the
I know
studio.
what you're talking about. Yeah,
They've been to the studio. What I'm trying to get at is
Anytime you put those two together, Matt
my
Muelling
God.
and Mike Davila.
oh my god! And what's crazy
Fuck
is
outta here.
yeah, they're
This
doing
is
this crazy
stupidity will
polyrhythm.
ensue.
Yeah, like craziness. And what I love about Mike is he
Going
has
to
this,
Mars, bitch.
Yeah, Open 2-0. Why am I blanking? Fuck, I'm sorry, guys.
Just-
We literally
it's fine.
we
It's
recorded
fine.
him at
We
the
don't-
studio. Yeah,
we're not worried.
We won't dwell on it.
They'll forgive you.
But what I love about Mike is, and I think even Matt said this, they're doing these crazy polyrhythms, like complex meter shit, and somehow Mike finds the dead center of these, like a beat in 7. And it's badass because a lot of this math rock and this prog rock stuff that people are doing, a lot of people can't get on board because they can't count.
Yeah.
So, it's like,
Well,
I get it.
And the other thing with Matt, bro, is Mike, is he's so fucking humble, bro.
Yeah, he's a
I
great
mean,
guy.
and you know what I love? Him and I are sober buddies. Like, he hasn't drank
Love
in
it.
like
Yeah.
longer than me. Like,
And what's really cool is he's down to share his story.
Yeah.
He's down to share his story, and I always commend him. He's running miles, hella miles.
dude, that
he's-
he's fucking
Yeah.
nuts, dude.
Yeah.
He's crazy. He's
Yeah.
a crazy person, dude.
Yeah.
He's like
In the best
10
way.
miles a day. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck out of here, dude.
But it's
that's wild to me.
But you see his success though.
Well, yeah,
and,
exactly.
And I'll point to him and a few others that are just like that. And a lot of people, I work with so many people, and they're wondering why they're not where they want to be. And I'm like, are you locked in like fucking Mike? Look at that dude. There, I mean,
you obsessed?
Are you obsessed like Matt Muelling?
Yeah.
Matt is on his guitar hours a day. You see him
Yeah,
posting
even
stories.
when he's at
and
home- exactly.
He is
shedding.
not. He's in his bed, probably
Shedding.
falling asleep,
Yeah.
doing shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you're not willing to be on that level, then you can't ask why you're not where they are.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
and Marcel got the
Yeah.
call because of who he is. I call Marcel a bunch whenever someone needs keys. I'll call him
Yo,
up, and now he's
You
out of
want-
town.
You want somebody to tickle it, dude.
Yeah. It's funny because I saw him the other day,
Him
and I
in
was
a
like,
jazz setting, dude.
yeah,
is
over
where
at
he
Half Step, bro. Him and
shines.
Jimmy,
Because
Jimmy Mac.
bless him, all the money he's getting on that
Yeah.
on that shit. That's great. He's not spread. He's not. What is it? Getting out and like being able to like spread his legs a little bit,
Yeah,
whatever the
yeah.
expression is.
I think he's still at Half Step. I think they do jazz every other
when he's
week
here,
or
as
something.
far as
When
I know,
here.
he's
yeah.
apparently Michael Hale, who just followed the pod.
Let's go.
Oh,
The
fuck yeah.
OG.
Shout out.
I
Yeah,
don't
dude.
care about any of you other followers. Fucking Michael Hale now follows,
Yeah.
so we appreciate that, dude. No, but like,
That's love.
yeah. When I see him there, though, bro, I'm like, bro.
Well,
like,
and that's
are
what-
you fucking serious right now? Like,
That's what I love about a lot of these cats, and I don't know if it was us talking about it or others, but
every bit as good as anywhere you'd see in New York or
100%,
LA or
100%.
anywhere in the world.
But the cool part about it is, and it's all still for the love. A lot of these guys, Matt Muelling, Dane Relaford, Marcel, Mike, like some of these top players in town, you will see them on any given day, sometimes selling out the biggest of the biggest arenas. They're in front of 60, 70,000. They're selling out Madison Square Garden with Kill Tony and stuff. And then you'll see
literally had, that is exactly what happened. He had just been on Kill Tony. They had just done MSG.
Yeah, and then you'll see him on Rainy.
Zile.
Yeah, you'll see him on Rainy doing a little trio set in front of 14 people or something, and they're fucking having a blast, and they're giving the same amount of effort, and there's no wonder why they're the people once again who are selling out MSG and also stepping in at 9 o'clock with the Michael Hale trio, or you know, with Mac doing a quick something at Half Step, or King B, you know, where there's 20 people and they're killing it even there. Yeah. So like, shout out all of those dudes, like, and that's why I say I'll put any of the people in my Rolodex up against anyone in the world.
Well, and
seriously.
like, and Sosa was here, and you know, he was talking about just how like an MSG gig can be like bagging groceries, bro. And it's like, and then you come back and you play C-Boys on a Tuesday, and bro, it's like that's where they get their soul food from. They're and they don't. That's not a money gig for them. That's a love gig.
That's a reps. That's, I mean, like this is
they're
why
getting
I'm in
paid, but they're not. They could. They
it's
have,
not MSG
they have
money.
Gigs, exactly. They have gigs that pay them far more than what they're making on those nights,
which is great because like, and it also shows you who you are as a person. You could. You could walk around and act like you sold out MSG, and you might rightfully have, you know, you might have the right to do that. But these guys don't. And once again, it's all for the love of the game. It's for the craft. They do it because they're true musicians. They're not just, you know, people who look good on stage.
Pros.
They're pros. And
look at Kill Tony's numbers. That was another thing Carlos was talking about. Since the band locked into its current format, they've gone through the roof. Now, say what you will, it's also the mothership is probably a big part of that, and kind of that all coalescing in the way it did.
Of course.
But you can't argue that they're like a massive part of the success of the 100%. Show as is now. And it's also a different show. It's not even close to what it was before. It's like it's like every bit as high quality as like a late night show.
I think they're the #1 live podcast in the world. I think the only person bigger is like Joe.
Live podcast.
Yeah,
though,
right. Live. Yeah.
Live. In front of an audience.
Live.
And it's funny because, I mean, there might be an equation going, and we're seeing a huge, you know, spike in the comedy stuff, but you look at the #1 podcast, which is Joe, I think, or he might have got, did he get dethroned?
I think it's still Joe, yeah.
See, like the core and heart of this, even though it's like all musicians mostly here, is still Joe Rogan is my thing. Like, and I'm always in that vibe of that, that level.
Well, here in Austin, it's been this way, but we're a big old melting pot, and people are coming from all over, and the creative space is as big as it has ever been. And I think what's cool, especially like something like this, like the collaboration, the willingness to step in. Like, I'm not a podcaster. I don't step in front of the camera. For the most part, I'm behind the scenes, but cool ass people. I was happy to do it. And then vice versa. You'll probably kick it in the studio and jump in our space. And maybe we'll all go to Kill Tony if, you know, and check out their space.
We're definitely
you know,
hoping for fun stuff coming soon. But like it's like
time.
That's the thing. It's like I'm there, and like there's been some other stuff that's been talked about, and where it was like okay, we worry about like I love that I get an opportunity to be. I told this to Matt one time after like singing on a Thursday, and it was like just a genuine thank you, like, bro, thank you. It's always such an honor to get to
and I know
share
Matt,
a
he'd
stage
be like,
with you. And he was like he was like same thing, like, and I knew he meant it, and it was like, damn, bro, like it's such an honor, and guys like him, and you know, Carlos and John D's and so many, and it's not just them. Fucking D man is fucking dude. I was yelling at him that joke, so now I can say it because he I had to Kill Tony knee pads, dude.
What?
Oh yeah.
He did it at C-Boys on a Tuesday in between songs. I had screamed something at him, and he started doing a bit that he had done here. That was like before we even realized we were recording.
Love it.
What, bro? Yeah. But all those cats, D Manis too, man. Just
man.
Like, and they're just one component. I mean, there's like so many amazing D Watts, bro. Do you know Daniel Watson?
Of course, yeah.
I love
He's
D
great
Watts,
too.
bro.
But we are riddled
like
with
people,
amazing,
dude. And it's
riddled.
And
with
it's
amazing
good people
musicians.
too.
Yeah,
it's not just great musicians. It's great musicians who also happen to be good people.
Well,
dude.
I mean,
I
don't think it's a coincidence that everyone we've named is cool as fuck. You know what I mean? And if there's probably crazy talented musicians that we don't know, maybe because they're not cool and they're not good people, like we know. So, but Austin is also just a great place. Like, it's our vibe in Austin to be cool and to be down. And that's why, like, if you're not from here and you come and you try to like big dick us, put your nose in the air and that kind of stuff, you're probably gonna get washed out. Yeah. Like, everyone loves everyone. Everyone has a role that they play. Everyone is playing their part in a bigger thing. The music is bigger than all of us. Yeah. All of this creativeness, all of this art is bigger than any one of us. And I think a lot of people see that. We are building a culture for the future of Austin. And I'm happy to be here, bro. I'm really glad to be in my position at the studio. I would like to think we're going to be gatekeepers and key holders. Like, people are still flooding here. LA, Nashville, New York, Chicago. They're coming. And it's not going to stop anytime soon, I don't think. And if we're the ones that are standing at the door kind of vetting you out, I mean, like, just be cool. Be with it. Contribute. Be a good person. And you're going to be just fine.
Bring what it is you bring and bring it full to the fullest.
Yeah. Like, in a good way, though. Like, don't try to outshine. You know, I don't think any of the guys we talk about outshine anyone. No. It's not a competition.
Nobody's
it's
stepping
family.
on each other's toes. Everybody knows how to share.
Man, and there's so much here in Austin to do. There's so much. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait to see where it goes. I would personally like to see more major labels. I think we talked about that because we have the best talent in the world, in my opinion, and we don't really see the top of the top. Well, see, this is my thought
process there. Just the same as when I see like Davila, where you know he's playing stadiums now. Right. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah. In my mind, I go, duh. That was also 1 + 1 = 2. In case you weren't aware.
Meant to happen.
I feel the same way about what we're doing. I feel the same. Like, even if that place that it is now isn't the place where we see it. Right. Like, just doing things a certain way and moving in a certain way. Definitely. Like, the cream rises
100%.
At some. So I'm like, and I think that's what's great in this place and time is that in these different ways. Because, like, what I'm bringing is different than what you're bringing is different than what, you know, the guys with the Kill Tony or Uncle Roy and Spice or whoever, whatever artists are out here. We're all bringing different things. And it just, the thing you're doing, like, for us, for me, man, it's been amazing from the standpoint of not just getting an opportunity to put out, like, great content. Like, I hate to say content, but, you know, great stuff. But just the relationships, the friendships. Totally. I have people in, and we're better friends now at the end than we were before we started this. That's the thing, and it's building that and that community vibe.
And it just shows because you could have been like, man, there's a lot of money to be made. Yeah. No. And everything you just said is it's none of us are killing it right now in the financial game.
And I'm not worried because I'm like I'm like
it's gonna come.
I'm like exactly, and it's like I don't need to even like to me it's like duh.
And just you said the cream's gonna rise. Just keep churning. And like I was talking to these kids at UT yesterday, and they're like, "How did you get to where you are?" And so in a blink of an eye, I look back, it didn't even really feel like work. The passion was there, the grind was there, the commitment, the drive. So all of a sudden, I am talking to you guys. I feel like 8 years ago, I would have been sitting in your seat asking someone else these questions. I may not be here, you know, talking to you about the greatest players that we're all cool with and blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't really feel like, and I think for you guys, in the blink of an eye, it's going to be a few years down the line. Y'all are going to be having fucking Metallica on
play
here.
The Bradley Cooper, Louis C.K. mashup from American Hustle, and then, but also from inside the actor's studio. Dude, this is very early on, him in young actor Bradley Cooper. Yeah, click on the top one there.
This one here?
Yeah, that one. This is fucking great, dude.
Inside the Actor Studio, you ever seen that program?
Sure, yeah.
You know, at the end they have a series of questions that they.
It always occurs to me, you know, when an actor stands up during one of the people in the audience and says, "I'm an actor, and what can I do?" and asks Sean Penn or whoever, "What can I do to reach your level?" or whatever, and you just want to say, "That's it. You never will be famous. You'll never be famous. There's no way you asked Sean Penn a question and then you're going to be huge." There's not a single member of that audience that was
Bradley Cooper
cry while talking to him. And then that became Juliette Lewis or somebody. No.
Hey, Mr. Penn. My name is Bradley Cooper. I'm a second-year actor. My question's regarding Hurley Burley. What was it like to revisit a character, Eddie, after a 10-year hiatus? Did you have new discoveries? Did you find that it was a different approach because you had already done this character before?
Yeah, it was the first time that I'd done a film of something that I had done a play of. And so, because I think Marlon Brando once said, the movies are something just...
Yeah, fuck yeah. Well, it's interesting. I don't know if I agree with Louis.
Louis in this movie, and he's rubbing it.
Oh, he is?
It's a perfect, like,
Oh, he
actual,
is?
like, real life, but a movie.
I didn't even put that is fucking hilarious. That's fucking great.
So, right?
That is great.
But it's like you don't know what's gonna happen, dude.
And I kind of don't agree with Louis because like I was telling some of my friends about UT yesterday. I keep bringing it up. It's just fresh. I did it yesterday, but these kids are hustling. Everyone who was there yesterday was there because they wanted to be. There was not a class that I spoke at. It wasn't some mandatory part of their program. They just like it was almost damn near student led. I felt like, and they were asking a bunch of questions before I even got up to. They were doing all kinds of like, here's what I'm doing this week. I'm doing this. I'm setting up my own show. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And it kind of like almost gave me a little motivation. I'm like, the next generation is coming, and they might even be here. And if we're not out hustling, I mean, we got to out hustle the people that are above us. We got to out hustle the people that we're with. We have to out hustle the people that are coming. We're gonna have to out hustle the people who are 5 years old right now.
Well, and it's
they're
also
coming.
there's like there's valid creative output from all places, and so that's another thing is like the older generations can't get too caught up in like we know what it is to the younger generation, because the younger generations in a lot of ways. A lot of bands, their best shit is when they're young.
Totally.
The older they get, the worse their fucking shit gets.
Yeah, I think
like it's actually kind of like.
I've read an article somewhere that 26 is your peak creative years, and a bunch of like bands and artists.
Got 2 years, bud.
Yeah, capture it, man, because we're in here at the studio going, God damn it! It used to be easier.
Better go do fucking work for free, bitch.
Yeah. We'll get you in, dude. We'll get you in.
Fucking, but it's like, yeah, dude, like you. Whatever though, like with all those different things, like in the hustling factor, but also like the being able to say that, like, because it isn't necessarily a zero-sum game, and in some ways it is, but in a general sense it's not.
Yeah.
And I say this about comedy too, like a lot of comics, and even with singing or anything performative, following somebody that kills it, and then it's like. Just because them killing it has no bearing on my ability. I can kill it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we can all kill it.
Right.
Like so it's not
space in the
because
world
you
for
did
us to
well
all-
that I can't now do well.
Right.
That's a loser's mentality.
Totally.
And if you have that mentality, you should rethink your fucking approach, because it's not going to work.
And to your point, like I commend my dad on this, and I want to be shout out Pops. He was always hip with the newest. Even till this day, he'll send me music that I haven't heard. And I know a bunch of people, they get stuck in their ways, and especially in the creative field. I even try to remind some of my peers, I'm like, don't be old, dude. Yep. We're getting older, but they'll be like, I don't even get Playboy Cardi's ass. I don't understand it. And it's like, hey, you don't have to love it, but just let's accept it. Let's welcome in this new art, because if you just think like the Rolling Stones are the best band ever and you never want to make anything other than what the Rolling Stones sounds like or whatever, then you're gonna lose. Yeah. And I guess it's not really a game that you're trying to win.
And it's
but
also, we already had the Rolling Stones.
Exactly. And it's like
we already had Led Zeppelin,
totally.
Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, quit it. I heard another band that sounded just like Greta Van Fleet. I was like, oh, this is a Greta Van Fleet. So I need to figure out who they were.
That's funny, because I was listening to a Led Zeppelin tune. I was like, oh, man, I haven't heard this one. I'm like, oh, it's because it's Greta Van Fleet.
I heard someone.
Not Led Zeppelin.
I saw a video of this young cat singing, and I was like, that lead singer of Greta Van Fleet looks different. And then I looked it up, and it was a different band. I'm like, dude, I guess it's all coming back around.
that is Highway Tune is.
Yeah, we gotta get you on some Whole Lot of Love or something. I'd like to see. Can you hit that shit?
You need cooling, baby. I'm not fooling. I'm gonna send you.
We might be the next Spice and Roy. We're coming for you guys,
bro.
We're on our way.
I need to hear it. I need to hear it. I can hear it
here. This is the thing about
but
me vocally. Okay, I'm like really good. I just don't like if I have like you kind of said I need somebody to come and like be that thing. If I have somebody that's ready and has the tools to help me step in and kill some shit and write some shit.
You're looking right at
bro.
it, man.
That's where I'm like.
Come on now.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We gotta get you in the studio beyond the stuff we've already talked about.
We could definitely do, Ben, because yeah, like I know where I'm like, I could do things where I see and I'm like, but also like there's a level of creativity that I don't know. I don't. The drive factor, like I'm obsessed with this. I'm obsessed with certain things that like with like pursuing the vocal things, but at the same time, I'm like, if I'm in that chair, I'm like, I'm gonna deliver.
Shit, man. You might just need a catalyst, dude. I'll cook up a beat or a track and
please, dude, because like if you give me something I can work with to write on it, I'll put something together.
Who's your influences?
I think you and I have some similar, bro. Cool. I mean, I'm like, now, if you were talking about like my favorite band of all time is 311 for sure.
Word. Cool.
Because they found out, like, I love rap and hip hop and I love rock.
You know, it's funny.
And they married those two.
My favorite band is the Chili Peppers.
Oh,
and,
dude.
And in a similar fashion, obviously they had two different vocalists, but I love some funk and some soul. And then, you know, Kiedis is out there.
I got, you gotta give it to
you, exactly. So I don't know about their new stuff, but Blood Sugar Sex Magic, Stadium
Great
Arcadia,
album name too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
That's probably my #1 rock album of all time. Bro. And it's more funk, like rock.
Was that Frusciante or was that?
Yeah. The next one was One Hot Minute with Homeboy
Dave
Navarro. Yeah, and that one only had Aeroplane. That one kind of missed for most people, I think. Yeah. But yeah, Blood Sugar Sex Magic had that. That was Homeboy. Fucking who's the producer that doesn't produce?
Ruben.
Yep.
Yep.
Who's great? I mean, no.
Right. Okay. Rick Rubin.
That's gonna take this out of context.
Rick Rubin.
Y'all are gonna clip
Genius,
this.
visionary, or clueless hack. Rick
I'm
Rubin.
gonna see this on Instagram.
It's one or the other.
I'm gonna see it on
it's
Instagram.
One or the other.
Vic says Rick Rubin isn't a real producer.
Hey, so clueless hack.
No. He really is. He really is. He's great.
It feels like it's one like it's almost like because the guy has no. He's not
a musician.
Musically inclined,
right.
Nothing.
I mean,
just
he
shows
is,
up. He's like, "Hey, so maybe do
he's
this."
a vibe curator, and he's a mood setter, and I do think that is great for production. And I give him kudos because he's worked on some of my favorite fucking records, and he's given us some of the greatest music. There's a story of System of a Down. I can't remember which track. Chop Suey.
Chop Suey off Toxicity.
Yeah, and they couldn't think of lyrics, and fucking Rick Rubin pulled out a book or told him to pull out a book and just fucking put his finger on and they sang it, and it was like gold.
And that's the whole bridge section.
Yeah, it was a super important part of it.
Father, to my hands,
yes,
I commend my spirits.
And if Rick Rubin wasn't
Father, into your hands.
There we go. Look, he had one of you. He was like, "Watch me sing this better than you." Yes, that's the part.
I remember that. I did know that.
And the thing is if Rick Rubin wasn't in the room, that song wouldn't be what it is. And if Rick Rubin wasn't in the room for Blood Sugar Sex Magic, we wouldn't. That had like 5 hits on it. There was
his aura is on the song.
So clip this after y'all go viral for when I say he wasn't. He is a music producer. He's just not like an instrumentalist or
I had written a thing down with him, and I'm glad that I held on to it.
Okay, cool.
And I'm like, yes,
right
bam.
Into it.
Oh my god, I had this. It's like literally like one of 2 questions. I actually did write, and we're kind of coming. We've still got like a good 20 plus.
Y'all tell me when.
We got a little while here.
Just
So one question to ask you though, and maybe just as a kind of a shop, what is one of the biggest mistakes you see artists make in the studio that you work with?
Ooh, that's a good question. The biggest mistake. I had a similar question yesterday by a student, and they asked like common misconception. I think I don't know if this is gonna necessarily give you what you want, but the expectation.
I don't have any.
The expectation of what you're gonna get out of a single recording session or production session is where most people are skewed. The idea of what was gonna come out of a 4-hour session that you book for a couple $100 is not on par with what you want. We see so many artists, and shout out to anyone who's doing music. We're all broke. We don't have a lot of money. Being in a professional music recording studio costs a good amount of money to do. So these young kids are coming in and they're trying to make a hit Grammy-winning record in 4 hours.
Yeah.
And they have this expectation that if they do 1 or 2 good vocal takes in the booth, 1 pass on the guitar, lay the bass down in 1 take, and we're already mixing within the next hour or 2, that it's going to come out great. Yeah. And they hear these tracks that we've done in the past by people who spent thousands. I mean, we have people who will drop thousands at the studio, and we make these big, beautiful, massive productions, and they hear it and they say, man, we heard what you did with so-and-so. We want our shit to sound just like that. And they book 4 hours and they expect it to come out the same way. And I have to do a lot of educating and a lot of like teaching, like, hey man, like the biggest thing, I even said this yesterday, so many vocalists have no idea the amount of layers and stacks and doubles and takes that it takes to make like a good, solid track. I mean, like in any mix that I'm mixing, minimum 6 layers of vocals, 7 layers of vocals on like a big hook. Of course, it's genre based. You know, if you want it to sound like live grass and you want to just put a couple mics in a room and record it, that's a different thing. But if you're wanting to sound like Katy Perry or fucking Sam Smith in Disclosure, you got to sing more than
then
one
I
take.
Just sing into the mic.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you need to have an expectation. I don't know if that answers your question so much, but I don't really see
like, so like, I mean, if somebody comes in, like, there's varying also, I'm sure, degrees of like readiness, or maybe some people are even writing in the studio.
Definitely.
But it's like, if you're coming in, it's like, let's say you're an artist and you have like a very firm grasp on the thing you're doing, and it's locked in and it's tight.
Right.
And you just need to get in and now get this on record.
Yeah.
What kind of timeline, like you say, you put an EP down, 5 tracks. What kind of timeline realistically does an artist look at if they're going to do something like that, where they're going in? Like, what should they expect?
Yeah.
In terms of like how long it's going to take to put a quality thing out, and that's going in ready to go.
Right. Well, and that varies on what type of artist we're looking at. But like, let's just say a band, right? A band with no creative exploration in a set. I firmly believe it's going to take a full 8-hour day to track the band and get all the parts edited and laid down for at least the next 4-hour vocal session for the vocalist.
Yeah.
And that's
so the vocal session is like a whole different session that would need to occur.
In my opinion, of course, we will do it. Some people come in and say, this is the only 8-hour block that we got money for, or we have time for. We need to get it all done. But that's what I'm saying. Some of these people, they come in, they're well rehearsed, great players, they got their songs ready to go, but there is not a single ounce of exploration. You've got some major players in the room. Omar Vallejo is a fucking musical mastermind. Yeah. And the idea that you come in and work with him and don't take any of his ideas to help you get your track better is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And same with me. Like, I obviously am not as proven. I will be one day because I believe I have great ideas. But I tell my clients, I say, hey, please let's like allow time for creativity. Yeah. If we go down a rabbit hole that we want to go down, and then let's just say we spend an hour and it doesn't work and we might have to backtrack, that's okay. I'd rather know that it's not going to work and move forward with a product that we're like, hey, we kind of went all the different avenues and this was the best one and it came out fucking fantastic, versus just going like, all right, quick, we're on the clock, 2 more takes, and then we have to move on to bass. Yeah. And then bass has 3 takes minimum, and if you make a mistake, I'll just chop it and fix it on my end. Yeah. And then you start getting kind of more square songs, really uninteresting. I mean, everything sounds like stuff that's already been done. Yeah. So to answer your question, 8 hours. 8 hours for the band, at least 4 hours for the vocalist, maybe even more. Like me, Spice, and Roy will spend a full 4 hours, like full 4 hours getting takes down, and they may even come back and be like, hey, we're listening to that rough drop that you sent us, we need to add more layers, or we need to redo this vocal or whatever. And those are pros too. Like, I was working with, once again, shout out Mike B, and I had one of my friends sitting in a session with me just the other day, and he's like, holy fuck, you guys are moving so fast. Like, it's all right, do it again, all right, run it back, let me hear it, okay, run it, okay, and I'm sitting here going but when you're that pro, you're locked in. Yeah. And it's crazy because even people who are locked in like that, 4 hours, man. Yeah. Like, do the leads, do it again. Spice and Roy are going, wait. What about versus, they're everything, but it's boom, 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 boom. They'll come in the booth, they'll listen to it. No, delete that, run it back. And it's like this, it's like that. But it takes it takes a lot of time. Yeah. And so if there's any artists out there, invest in yourself. Like if you want good music, you're going to have to spend a dime. You can call me, I'll work with you. Like, I'm working with all budgets, but like
manage your expectations of
yeah,
what you're going to
and
get
don't
out
come
of the
in
session.
and don't come in saying I have 4 tracks, I got $250.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like
That's yeah.
We can record some demos, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like we can do live cuts, and just set up the band, and we'll
see. That's why I like the idea that we're talking about, because I think we could do it with. There's so many dope ass local things where we could do these highlight things where it is a live recording. That's what the idea
100%.
is.
As long as
and if
it's-
that's what you're going in with it as, that's
then
a
it's great.
different vibe.
That's great.
because it's there's the little bit of roughness around the edges is going to be expected because that's
Sure.
what it is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a digital live performance, and
Yeah.
we have the TV show 512 Studios Live.
Yeah.
Shout out 512 Studios Live. We're on season 20. I think we're going to shift more to a YouTube type platform
Yeah.
and be on it because we're on the CW. No one's really watching
No.
CW anymore, but it's still up there if you want to check it out. But that's
we started, the CW was popular as hell.
dude. It was cool. But that's exactly what we do. People do come in, and it is a live cut, and we got video of it, and
Yeah.
it's not super mixed, and it is what it is, and that's cool. But if you're coming in and you want a full band and you're trying to get a track that sounds like fucking Anderson .Paak's band, and you got $250, it's like, dog, like that's
These crackers got me high.
But it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
But I will say I get it. I was
Yeah.
an artist. If I wasn't blessed to be in the position I'm in, I don't think I'd have the money that it takes to make a record.
Yeah.
So a lot of my new clients I'm working with, I try to find a round number that everyone's happy with.
Yeah.
And then just move on with the creativity. Let's
Yeah.
like fuck the 4 hours, 8 hour. Of course we got to work in blocks, but like I'm working with an awesome artist now, and like we'll work for a couple hours and we might be like, hey, today's not it.
Yeah.
But it's cool because we're already paid up in full, and
Yeah.
we're just after the creativity now.
Yeah.
We're not going, well, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. You know,
Yeah.
like, and so it's great. So I'm trying to really shift the culture with that. But it's hard when, the people who can do that are signed with major labels and they can spend $20, $30, $40, $50,000 on a record, and then they can sleep in the studio and
They could be
party
the fucking
and
Beatles. Just
yeah,
fucking,
yeah, and
I go, it's all day.
and it's not out of their pocket technically. Most of them got to recoup. They got to pay it back. But that's my whole thing. We're working with the most talented people, in my opinion, who don't have the kind of backing that I think they deserve.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to set a new standard and a culture, at least at 512, where it's like you don't need to spin an arm and a leg to do a great fucking record.
Yeah.
And maybe that's on me. That falls on me. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
put in some OT. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to lower my rate.
Right.
But guess what? It's gonna come tenfold if we put out a fucking badass record.
Yeah.
And more people come and they want to work with Vic and things go well, then it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm at an age where I'm willing to do that.
Yeah.
And once again, I think other people in the industry, they deserve every penny that of their time. But for me, I'm cool. Like, I don't need to be rich right now. I'd rather be wealthy
and you're
with music.
also here providing services that AI can't replicate.
Totally.
It just
Totally.
can't.
Are we gonna have the AI conversation?
We got some time. We got a little time left. We get. I mean, yeah. But it's like, here's my thing with AI, and you could offer your thoughts. But I think it's not just a great, like, you would be an idiot to not be leveraging it.
Sure. Yeah.
Everyone that's intelligent
It's
at
here.
this point is leveraging it
Yeah.
because it's you. How could you not?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it should never be a crutch for anything you're doing.
100%.
It should only be a tool to help maximize and not just terms of like the output of what you're doing, but like in the efficiency of how you're doing
Sure.
things.
100%.
But when you talk about how to like sit there and hear a band in the studio and be able to like, AI can't go, hey, you know what, that vibe, like it feels like what y'all are trying to express with this is like, it's a little bit this here or that.
Absolutely.
But what about changing, AI doesn't get and it's like, that's where I think there are certain things. You're kind of a commodity that's not easily replaced, even in this new age where
I agree.
we're finding a lot of people getting replaced.
Well, it's funny because AI seems like Splice. When Splice was first kind of like coming out, at least for me, I was a little bit late on the game, but I commended myself for making every single ounce and every scratch of anything. And then I grew up a little bit, and I was like, I'm spending 2 hours making the sickest drum groove that I can go grab from Splice in 20 seconds, and no one cares who made the drum beat.
Yeah.
It sounds just like the one I made, and
where
I can
the
throw
soul of the song is still intact.
it's in our exactly. And now what we're seeing, we're getting a ton of AI. And I'll be honest, at first we were like, fuck.
Yeah.
we're out of a job.
Well, and it's harder and harder to tell the difference now.
I mean, dude, you give Suno a good prompt, and 30 seconds later, you're like, fuck.
It's
it
like
sounds
Charlie
good.
Kirk saying
But-
he wanted Eric Kirk to.
Oh, shit.
I told you, dude, I'm like, dude,
We need the band. We need
AI's
the fucking.
AI
We need to
can
get you a
do-
band for.
Dude, AI can do so much though that yes, it can also be tempting to go, oh, I could get it to do this extra work for me. And I think you do have to there is a fine line in terms of where you lose. Like if I was like, I had this idea. And like I won't lie, the little script I sent you, I definitely utilized chat to help me format it.
Of course.
But the dialogue is very much my own doing, and like it's like okay,
That's
I
a
need
tool.
this helped me get a thing in a format that made it easier for me to just get in there and actually
Totally.
the dialogue's what's the soul of this
I think
whole thing.
I
you
think
know?
where we're always gonna win, and I've even experimented with Suno, and I used chat to get me the best prompts I could.
Yeah.
But I was seeing a lot of people coming in with AI shit, and we're redoing a lot of it, which is nice. So they basically bring in, most of these aren't even real musicians. They're coming in, they go, hey man, I made a sick ass song on Suno, but I want you to kind of rehash it, whether it's a band, EDM, pop, whatever. So I was like, I think I need to explore Suno a little bit and see exactly what we're getting into. And I think what has really helped me understand is that Suno will only do what's like already been done. I even input Madman, one of my demos, which I think, I mean, most people don't really sound like that. I think that's a familiar sound that hasn't been done. I put it in ChatGPT. Hey, what genre is this? Help me get a prompt for Suno to make me a record like this.
Yeah.
I want new metal style, detuned guitar riffs, simple, chunky. I want a dill it out, you know, backbeat. I want R&B vocals and Kendrick style fucking rap and blah, blah, blah. And when I was getting back the prompts, they weren't even close.
Yeah.
And it's because, in my opinion, some of the stuff I'm making hasn't been done before.
Right.
And Suno has no idea. So what I'm trying to get at is if you're creative and you're staying ahead of the curve with new ideas, fresh content, that kind of stuff, we will always have a job. We'll always be good at what we do.
Yeah.
If you're simply going, I want to sound like Chris Brown, Suno will give you Chris Brown every single time.
Yeah.
But
what are you trying to accomplish?
Right.
Because for me, it's like if you were talking about like in the comedy realm, it's like some comics have other people write jokes for them. I'm like, I have too big of an ego for that, dude.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not
Same with
getting a laugh
ghostwriting
on
in
my
music.
own idea, I don't get off, dude.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I want you to like my idea, not Suno's.
I need to get off. I need it to be my shit.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
But it's like that's where I feel like, like if you're utilizing it to help you, you know, make efficient in a process, that's
Right.
cool. If you're making it the entire thing that is creating this idea
100%.
with little to no, you know, then you're like, okay.
Yeah.
And it's,
I might plug it in and go, hey, I'm kind of looking for a cool bass line
Yeah.
for something at this tempo.
yeah.
And even then, it
And-
may not give me
well,
what
and
I
it
want,
also, but maybe it'll give you something that you could go, okay, there was something there, but not quite.
I
Maybe this
can
would be better.
kinda
Like,
work with it,
If
yeah.
I like, you know, I did it here, or I slapped this, or I don't
to
know,
me,
bass.
the what I told myself was when I go and make music and produce, I'll go and listen to the music that I'm trying to kind of like be in that lane. And I thought to myself, maybe Suno can be an addition to that.
Yeah.
Like I'm never gonna buy the sound. But I will say, hey man, I really love the way those drums sounded here, mixed with this bass line that I had on this song and this 20 years earlier and whatever. And so I go, maybe I can type in a prompt on Suno and it'll give me a song and I'll go, hey, I fucking hate this song. But they kind of did a cool lick there and whatever. And that's like a tool. You know,
Well,
we're using
and
it
it's
as
like,
a tool.
If you're making something that AI can make something that sounds just like what you're doing, you probably need to like change it up a
Totally,
little bit.
totally,
You
totally.
know, because it's like it's at that point, and also like the thing about AI too is crazy is like even if you had an original creative idea, if you put out enough output, AI would be able to analyze your voice to such a degree that like now you could go write a Tool style song and AI is going to put a song out that very much sounds like Tool could have written it.
Right.
Because it just understands, but you still have to have the voice.
Right.
That it's replicating.
And just
because
like,
that's all it's doing.
and just like you said, I don't, even if Tool is a huge influence, I don't want to put out Schism.
Yeah.
It's already been done.
Yeah.
And so
it's
like,
good.
and it's great. And so
Yeah.
it's like, But not everyone thinks like that, and we do have clients at the studio who are bringing in the AI stuff, and we're simply. But actually, kudos to them because they could just drop it, and be done and start reaping some stream money off of it or whatever. But everyone we see in the studio is going, I want to put my personal flair on this, but here's the stems that Suno gave me or whatever. So shout out to them. I'm working with actually a bunch. It's crazy. At first we were like, fuck, we're going to be out of a job. Now we're like, we're getting more business than ever because we have non-musicians trying to be be artists. So now it's up to us to bring them in the game.
It's a whole new world for you.
Yeah. And
which actually is probably like, man, fuck this. Because he's like, you see like a guy like Matt come in and then leave and then some fucking
someone who literally
great
doesn't
customer.
literally doesn't play or doesn't write,
which and AI has opened up because you could hum even an idea and AI could just understand like, okay, this is what you're doing,
and it's badass too, like good sounding shit. I'm like,
or you could sing into the whatever, but it's like, if you've got an idea, there's so many tools now to figure it out, and there's different things, and I think that with what you're doing, I mean, it's really like there's so many different kinds of avenues and layers of what you could be doing. But I think that you're still at the core of it, like the vibe.
Sure.
And I think, Rick Rubin.
Yeah, and I think more so where we're at, we're seeing like the most like melting of genres. I would like to think anywhere in the world. New York has a sound, LA has a sound, Nashville has a sound. Austin, we're getting these jazz kids from Texas State and UT, and they're coming in and they want to and they want to sound like Kendrick Lamar. And they're fucking genius, high level masters of music theory and stuff, and then they pick up a laptop and all of a sudden they're using Splice and we're getting all this soul and funk and rock and R&B and I don't think Austin is gonna lose anytime soon to AI shit, because people that we're coming in with, including myself, I'd like to think we're bending genres like a motherfucker, and it's awesome. We're making really cool music.
There's an experimental vibe that exists that goes beyond like something contrived. It's like sometimes it's like these new different things are just coming and manifesting, and like it's like, oh shit, that's the thing now.
But it's cool
and
because
it's
like
shit.
Because for me, if I hear something fresh, I'm like, I get excited. Sometimes I look for new music and it's hard to get excited. So a lot of some of the most exciting music, in my opinion, across the world is coming straight out of Austin. And some of these people that I'm working with, I'm like, oh fuck, that is a kick-ass idea. The way you're putting in this funk with this rock and this soul and this R&B and mixing it, and that's killer. Instead of just going to Nashville and you get saying,
dude.
Shout out Nashville.
I said this about it. I think Nashville's more of a it's kind of got it's already an established thing. Like if you're very much like, okay, I've already got a album to promote and a thing, and it's like it's an industry vibe versus which Austin also has, but Austin has the experimental vibe, the entrepreneurial music,
the willingness to step out and do something different. We're
like
weird.
Experimentation is happening here that I don't think is happening in a place like
there's
Nashville,
a level
to the
of
degree.
like
I'm sure it is.
Risk-taking that's happening here, and an environment where it's comfortable to take risks.
And I'd like to think we're all pushing ourselves. Like there's
high level risk taking.
Yeah, we've all named a zillion players and artists and stuff, and everyone's doing cool shit. I know when I hear some records that people are coming out with,
now I'm going to be like, I'm going to ask AI, how, like, tell me all the people we mentioned and just let it go through and then tag all those people.
That's great.
It's already
great.
easy.
Hey,
Boom.
AI, tool.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom. That's a way to do it. Like, I'm using it in a way that's,
As long as you're not AI generating a clip.
From no, bro,
exactly.
Which you can do.
That's the same. The same thing. You could AI generate a song. So you could be like, AI generate Vic shitting on the fucking table, and it'll go viral, but then they're like, it's AI. But you know what I mean?
It's like I said, it should be a tool, not a crutch for you as an artist or as anything, because you can utilize it in so many different ways, not just for the creative side of things, but for the business side of things. And there's a lot of different ways to take advantage of it, and you should be, but don't lose the soul part, because that part's kind of the most important part.
Totally.
And part of AI too that I feel like is dangerous for young creatives is giving them the illusion that anybody can do everything all by themselves. Because like you were saying, it lets you wear that business hat, wear the artist hat, and it takes a lot of the pressure off because it does what it's good at.
Yeah.
But AI is not it's not human critique. You have to invite other people, whether it be producers, other artists, and an audience to really just refine them.
Rarely the best thing ever wasn't created by one single person. Even if one person did the heavy lifting, there was someone else behind the scenes or doing something.
You're right, and it has to be that way. And I think that in Austin, and it's like you can't. It's like you do have to be selective. I mean, like I need to like know a person is like there needs to be a certain level of already, but like when you're working with these people, like dude, everyone can bring different elements to create a thing and have the impact like as a collective because we're all. There's so many different people, like, with different skill sets to offer. And it's like, okay, and these people, okay, you're doing this at a high level. Let's work together. Let's create things. Let's do things. And it's like, in Austin, is like, there's so many of those people around. And
just imagine all the players we've consistently named, and then you go to AI to get a guitar
all on here, too. And it's like, that's the idea. It's like,
to me, it's insane. Imagine, like, being like, Matt Muelling is down the street, and we can call him in the studio, but we'll just plug in an AI prompt. And... What?
Yeah, we don't even need Matt.
Like, utilize the tools that are at your disposal.
Matt, you're out of a job. Matt's out of a job, dude. You're all fired. We got Suno coming in.
You're fired, dude. Free Palestine, dude.
Are we getting political with it?
I think we're kind of gonna wrap it up. But
that's cool,
dude. Thank you for coming on, bro.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
All the homies have been on. I keep seeing everyone coming across my feed, and I'm like, dude, I'm trying to jump on that shit.
We know we're hoping to have a collab of homies and
100%.
and you guys and 512 and Cody Catcast and all of this
coming.
to coalesce in a way that we might have some cool shit coming. Which I'm like, we're gonna actually go try to talk to some peeps about it. But it's like, I'm excited, and I agree with you. This time and place right now, bro, is special. And I think I can speak on behalf of Kai too. I mean, like, we're super like just honored when people like of your caliber come in and hang with us, bro. Man. Because this is exactly what we wanted, and it's so easy because there's so many dope ass.
And we understand that your time is valuable.
Appreciate it, man.
Like that is like more valuable than currency.
But I view you guys, y'all are giving back just like I'm trying to give back. Like I know you guys aren't doing this to become billionaires. No. One day maybe it might happen. Yeah. But real recognize real.
Bucks, we would love that.
Of course. But real recognize real. We're there is something like to your point. Austin is bubbling right now, and it has been for a couple years. And maybe it's just me elevating where I'm at and meeting people like you guys too. But it feels like there's this boiling over point that's about to happen in a good way, and there's a bubble that's gonna pop, and everyone who's here is gonna eat very well.
Well, and D Watts said it, not even on the pod, but like after the pod when we had him on. Just it's like we are all responsible to raise that bar, and I think it is being.
I feel it. Yeah,
where it's people collaborating in ways where we're bringing like one of my favorite things. And shout out to Trent Morgan, by the way.
Trent, the homie, shout out
because
that's a brother.
He
right
connected
there.
us. So thanks, Trent, bro. Love you, dude. And it's like I'm the same way. Like I like to like put people in touch. And the funny thing is we already like know. Yeah. So there's already that's why I'm like like it's gonna be cool to go chill and like have it all kind of all of us be in that 100%. Same place at the same time.
100%.
But like that's the name. Like let's all like connect each other, and they're super cool people. It's a creative vibe. It's hey, this person, you know what, man, they should meet this person.
Definitely,
bro.
I get a high off that sometimes. Like, and it's gonna happen.
And I love it, dude, because I did that with Sosa and Blake O'Neill. Who do you know Blake O'Neill?
I don't. I mean, I feel like I know the name.
Let's
go. Shout out Blake. I don't know you yet, but we're gonna be homies.
He's gonna come on at some point. We've been talking about it forever. But yeah, dude. Thank you so much, bro. We really appreciate you, man. We'll get
much
you again.
Love, for sure. Maybe down the line,
dude.
And I think I don't want to spoil too much, but I think
we'll
gonna do some
hopefully
cool
have
stuff.
good news to drop soon. So
absolutely.
with 512 and stuff. So
shout out to my boy here too.
Whoever heard this, if you have.
Vic Vace
in the motherfucking place.
That
bitch.
prime motherfucker.
That's cool. Bro. The theme song sounds good.
Thank you.
Hey, that was fun, dude.